were the clear top two picks in the NFL draft. I don't know if Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders are the clear top two picks of this year's draft. Certainly, since we're wondering what the Tennessee Titans are going to do, could it be Abdul Carter first overall? And the question is Shedeur even going to be the first Colorado Buffalo off the board?
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at 10 a.m. on 1580, The Fanatic.
Attention taxpayers, billions of dollars in savings is up for grabs for those struggling with back taxes to the IRS. The Fresh Start and tax relief initiatives have paved the way for Americans with back taxes or unfiled returns to find the tax relief that they need. If you're facing liens, levies, audits, wage garnishment, or already in a payment plan, you may qualify to have a large portion of what you owe eliminated. Those who qualify and enroll can finally resolve delinquent tax problems and end all collections. A tax relief hotline at Community Tax has been established for you to call at 800-348-9815. When you call, you'll receive a free tax assessment to let you know your options and what savings you qualify for. With rising inflation and economic uncertainty, relief for taxpayers has never come at a better time. Call now and see what you qualify for by dialing 800-348-9815. 800-348-9815. That's 800-348-9815.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you get coverage options based on how much you want to pay for car insurance. And then you decide how to spend the rest of your money because you're in charge. And right now, you're going to pay for groceries. But you decide what groceries. Just keep in mind you're running out of dishwashing soap. But you decide if you're going to buy that soap. Just those dishes won't clean themselves, will they? Remember, with Progressive's Name Your Price tool, we'll help you find coverage at a fair price. Then you're in charge. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company in affiliates, not available in all states. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8695. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-8695. That's 800-575-8695. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
The Renaissance Festival is back, weekends now through March 30th. Be ready to have a great time. Amazing adventure awaits the entire family. New shows, shopping, jousting nights, non-stop feasting. Leave your cares behind. Happiness reigns at the Renaissance Festival. It's fun and affordable. You'll love the Renaissance. Visit now through March 30th. Discount tickets available at Bashers' and Food City or online at arizona.redfestinfo.com. Presented by Delta Airlines, Bashers', Food City, Pepsi, Budweiser, and Guinness. Huzzah!
A career in law enforcement puts you on a course with unlimited paths. At the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office, your career can take you virtually anywhere you want to go. Detention officer, deputy sheriff, and emergency dispatcher are just a few available career paths. As you gain experience, you may also earn specialized assignments or follow a leadership track. Pursue your passion and explore rewarding and exciting career opportunities with MCSO. Learn more at jobs.mcso.org. Honor the law, serve the people. Sponsored by the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM. Wherever you go, take us along. Listen to our live stream on our free Fanatic app. Download it today.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Wednesday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Hey, look, it's Triple H. He actually came back. I told you we didn't murder him. Nope. Yep. He's in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale on National Pistachio Day.
Oh, I love pistachios.
Don't you love pistachios, Harris? Or do you like nuts in your mouth? Do you have a nut allergy?
I do not have a nut allergy. I don't mind pistachios either.
You don't
Pistachios
mind
are-
them? What do you mean mind?
I don't have a nut allergy.
Like you're being imposed upon. If somebody gave you some pistachios, pistachios are amazing. Don't you like pistachios?
I wouldn't go out of my way for them, but I wouldn't go out of my way to
Really?
hate on them.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what is your
5 out of
favorite
10.
nut?
Peanuts.
That is so boring, but okay,
Like,
that's
no-
your mouth.
no-
it's his
no
choice.
It's
sunflower-
really
no
basic.
sunflower
I know it's
seeds
really
or-
basic.
Makes
Nah, not
sense.
really.
A guy who loves baseball probably loves him some peanuts and Cracker Jacks, like the song says.
Cracker Jacks are awesome.
What about
Elite snack.
almonds and cashews and stuff like that? You don't like that?
Don't mind them. It's not my favorite thing, but I can. Sure.
Tell you
I
what,
can eat 'em.
peanuts are probably the cheapest of the nuts.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
get more nuts.
There you go.
But for the rest of us, National Pistachio Day. By the way, the pistachio is known as the happy nut in China and the smiling nut in the Middle East.
Oh, no kidding.
There you go.
Pistachio's been around since 7000 BC. People have been loving on pistachios. Archaeologists say, they were consumed in Turkey back then. Anyway, and then they tried to grow some pistachios in California. It took some trial and error. It took them a while to get it right, but now it's like $573 million crop. So,
Oh, no kidding. Wow.
yeah. But no, Harris feels like he's too good for them, I guess.
I guess.
I don't hate them. I just
Mm.
wouldn't go out of my way for them. If given to me, I would eat them.
What do you go out of your way for? What snack? If I forget about the nut part, what do you dig? What do you like? Give me some of that.
Favorite snacks: Lay's barbecue chips. That's
Really?
easily. Oh, I
Barbecue.
love Lay's barbecue
I
chips.
I like them, but I end up having to eat them a lot because why? We get those boxes of the Lay's variety here at the house, and sooner or later at the bottom, there's just a bunch of bags
Barbecue.
of uneaten barbecue,
Yeah.
and so then I got to go and be the cleanup guy. But so I'll tell you what, if I start to find a bunch of those in the bottom, I'll bring them in for you, Harris.
Okay, I appreciate that.
I'll
Thank
help you out with that.
Mhm.
But as far as pistachios go, I don't know.
Pistachios are fun. Sunflower seeds are great. Peanuts are all right. I mean, if you're drinking beer and you got some real salty peanuts there, that's
Or in a
good.
mix,
Yeah.
in a mix of nuts.
In
Yeah.
a mix, yeah.
Or if you got raisins.
Well, yeah. Miss
Randy.
Kim, I'm sorry. Yeah, Triple H, go ahead. Yeah.
What's your favorite snack? What would you go out of your way for?
Whiskey.
Yeah, no, I'd probably top of the rack for me too.
Yeah, whiskey.
I got you.
A snack. Geez, I don't see. I'm a big like tortilla chip guy. I'm a big tortilla chip guy. I like a
Okay.
good tortilla chip.
Yeah.
Although lately I've been eating these things called veggie straws. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I've heard of
yeah.
those. Yeah.
They're
Oh,
like
yeah.
I've heard of
chips, sort of,
Oh,
aren't they?
are.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I love those. Yeah.
They're like little shoestring things, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That
pretty
and
accurate.
And Dots pretzels.
No.
Don't knock it till you try it, Jeffco.
You know what? I don't get enough of, and that is those guacamole chips.
Oh, I've
You
had
ever
those,
had the
yeah.
guacamole
Yeah,
chips?
Never
yeah.
had those, but it seems interesting.
You can find them in the chip aisle. They're green, and I can't remember the name of the company, but if you're looking for guaca chips, oh, they're good. There's good stuff in there. Anyway, I didn't mean to go down this path, but well, here we are. And if anything, it just delayed us 4.5 minutes from having to talk about the Phoenix Suns.
Boy,
So
that was a rough one last night.
Yeah.
but just this is not the first overtime disaster that the Suns have had this season to a team somewhere on paper they should have been able to beat, but whatever. It took them overtime to get to the end of this thing, but it was a 7-0 run that beat the Phoenix Suns in overtime. And Kevin Durant, he's a sniper. He's a guy you want to have at the ball. Well, he missed a couple of 3-point attempts there towards the end, and okay, just another day at the office for the Phoenix Suns. I don't know. And now people are starting to finally say stuff like, "Oh, James Jones has got to go. Kevin Durant's got to go. Maybe Budenholzer. I don't know. I don't know what the real solution is here. I just don't.
I can't see them getting rid of Budenholzer. I can't see that to be the issue. And this team
How do
does
you not win with
I-
Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant?
Well,
How?
It's
How?
just not the right not the right combination.
Yeah,
The chemistry
yeah.
doesn't mix well. I mean, Triple H, help me out here.
Yeah.
This team just does
Are,
not
are
gel.
we really going to call him Triple H?
Oh, yeah.
Are we really
Oh,
going to
yeah.
keep
Oh,
that
yeah.
going?
Thanks, Randy. Yep.
Is that a
appreciate it.
thing?
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'll say,
All right.
when you have three guys who are all great players, right? But they all do a lot of similar things with the basketball. They torch you from the mid
They
range.
dribble it. They dribble it. They shoot it. They pass it.
Yeah, they pass it.
It's very
That's a good
similar,
one.
you're
They
right.
rebound it. They
Mhm.
defend.
Hmm.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
don't defend
Do
very
they?
well.
They
Do
go.
they?
They go on the court.
Do
Yep.
they,
They go
though?
down the court. They do. The Suns are an okay defensive. And Kevin Durant's a good defender. He's a good
Yeah,
defender.
no, he does all right. He
Yeah,
makes,
yeah,
he
yeah.
makes almost an attempt. Yeah.
Yeah. He's a good defender. And so when you have three guys who their games are all very similar, right? The complementary scoring isn't as prevalent like when you had a Chris Paul and a Mikal Bridges and a Cam Johnson and those
Mhm.
guys who did a lot of different things, right? And now these three are all really good players, but they all torch you from the mid range. That's their thing.
Mhm.
They all each love that. And so there's not a lot of versatility.
So what you're saying is it's not about our defense. It's about how we make it too easy for the other team to defend because it's all mid-range shots and similar play by three different guys.
Yeah, I mean basketball's a team game, and you got to learn how to gel and know your role. And when you have guys who score in similar ways, and you're trying to figure that out, which one does what, that gets a little bit hard. It gets a little bit challenging. And so I see Randy's point. I do not think that James Jones should go or Budenholzer. I don't think that would solve any of their problems.
I know we put all this on the lap of the owner Ishbia, but okay, if we imagine that he's not going to get in the way, what the hell are these guys going to do? I guess it is you just got to drop one guy, bring in another, right? Find a guy who fits the bill of leader and can give you a different look on offense, right?
Well, the unfortunate thing is this team is saddled with Bradley Beal's contract. They have nowhere to go, and he holds all of the power here. He can negate any sort of a trade. This was a terrible contract to pick up. This was a terrible move by this Phoenix Suns team. And the bottom line is, 2020 hindsight is always perfect, right? Nobody saw it coming. Except for you,
2025, Randy.
You didn't like the Bradley Beal move. You didn't like it.
No,
from the start.
I kind of saw these things coming. I mean, I thought like we needed another point guard like Chris Paul, and I was even open to the idea of getting Chris Paul back. But yeah, what do I know? Just the Tip says refill my pistachio container about once a month. Great fiber. The shells are great in the garden. Huh?
In the garden, if you throw them in the garden, they're good for the soil.
Oh, okay. I just thought, well, it's a shell, so what could it possibly do in there?
Decompose and bring nutrients to the dirt.
Let's go, Randy.
Just like us, Randy. Just like us.
Knowing your stuff.
Yeah.
Chosen One says, good afternoon, gentlemen. Best snack, chips and cheese. Okay. Prediction, Durant traded at the end of the year to get picks back and a player or two. Don't see them firing the coach, as I think this is a player issue. I don't know. I'm still, if you lack a leader, somebody's got to step up and be a leader. And if you are the coach, the buck stops there, and you should be doing anything and everything you can figure out to get these guys going. But all right, I guess it's not in his contract. Wilbur says, breaking news, the Suns have no team chemistry. Was hardly breaking news, Wilbur. And he says, we'll likely never have team chemistry with this group. That's what we just said. Thank you for repeating. Yeah.
Covered. Yeah.
I'm going to say this. I have an issue with fans and even reporters sometimes talking about team chemistry because they're not in the locker room. Maybe they have good chemistry and they're just not good enough on the court. That's a possibility. And so I always draw the line there to say that I think sports fans and reporters as a whole need a little bit more humility at points when talking about team chemistry. But in terms of how the team gels on the court, maybe that's what he's talking about. Yeah. There's an argument to be made there.
Yeah, but you get a glimpse on the court if there's certain dysfunctions, you can assume those same dysfunctions are happening behind the scenes. But I'm pretty sure anybody texting in here is talking about what we see, and that is the product on the court.
Sure. Yeah.
Kyle G. Yeah, go ahead, Randy.
I was just going to ask the question. So what happens if all of a sudden all the pressure's off of the Suns? They're out of the play-in right now. They have nothing to lose. They start to play just really relaxed ball. Just go out there and finish off the season. What happens if they get really hot and they start ripping off a 10 or 15 game winning streak?
Then they get really hot and they start winning games. And I mean,
at the end of the season, do you get rid of Kevin Durant there if you're in the middle of a 10 or 15 game winning streak?
Well, I think you just you stay the course on what you think you need to do to fix this. So yeah, you just explained it, and I'm sure these guys know basketball better than us to recognize what is happening and say what we have been doing is not sustainable. What they just did to get a little hot streak going, also probably not sustainable. Whatever changes are going to need to happen, whatever they have figured out they're going to do, they will still do.
All right.
Yeah.
Kyle G says, it's my displeasure that I was right about trading for Durant. The team can't win now, won't win in the future with no young guys or picks. Bite the bullet and start the long, hard rebuild now. And next time you got a great young bunch of guys, don't trade the future for a quick trophy. Yeah, I know. I miss those guys. Every time we talk about those guys, I miss those guys. Hurry Harry says, isn't Bradley Beal averaging 25 plus points per game? I know the contract's bad, but it's a pretty good player.
Even when he's injured, injured, it's no good. And I don't know how many games he's missed.
He's averaging 0 points per game when he's injured.
He's averaging 18 points per game. Not quite 25.
Yeah.
Oh,
that is a difference.
Harry, you lied to us. Fish Tank says,
not this Harry.
Wilbur broke news about Suns, bad chemistry because, well, today he finally saw it. No, he didn't. He didn't, Fish Tank.
Oh,
Harris, don't forget, Mr. Wilbur is legally blind.
Okay.
Donnie says,
so we noted.
That obese European ogre cost me a trip to Hawaii. What are you talking about?
No idea.
He showed me a bet. He had a parlay. And okay, I see what happened here. Here's his parlay. Klay Thompson to score 10 plus points, check. Rui Hachimura to score 10 plus points, check. Austin Reeves 15 plus points, check. LeBron James over 6.5, check. Klay Thompson over 2.5 rebounds. I'm sorry, the last one was rebounds too. Check. Let's see, Luka Doncic over 6.5 rebounds, check. Kyrie Irving over 17.5 points, check. LeBron James over 19.5 points, check. Luka Doncic 2+ made threes.
Man,
that's why you
loss.
You don't put the vacation on a parlay, Donnie.
Oh.
It's just
and you don't put it on a credit card, Donnie.
And I like how you didn't show me how much money you put on this.
Yeah, I was going to ask how much money he put on it. What was the reward?
It had to have been a dumb amount because he usually would show that. It's not on here.
Yeah.
Oops.
Forgot to put the total.
Yeah. Well, I guess you're not going to Castles and Coasters either. T-Licious says 17 assistant coaches is my issue. We got a ton of assistant coaches.
Really? 17?
I don't know if that's
true.
actually
don't know how many assistant coaches on average are on NBA teams. I have no idea. My guess would be about 10.
I don't think there's a limit if we have 17.
I don't know if there is a limit. I haven't heard of there.
Go see how many they got. Go check the roster.
Yeah.
Zacharoni says, I was against the Suns picking up KD to begin with. Great individual player, not a great team chemistry growth kind of guy. When the Suns got KD, it felt like when the Knicks got Melo. And I thought that was really dumb at the time, too. Well, Zacharoni, fair enough. You got to admit, Kevin Durant is just the coolest dude. He's just the coolest guy. Oh, I can listen to him talk forever. Anytime he has an opinion on something, it just cracks me up. You know what I mean? I don't say I agree with everything he says. I just think he's just inherently cool.
Kevin Durant's the man. He's the man. His Twitter's awesome. And I go back to saying this point too, when I say that we need sometimes an added humility of how we talk about players, because you can say, okay, maybe Kevin Durant doesn't mesh with the Suns on the court, but to say he's not a good team, not a teammate that's good for growth or anything like that. I don't know about that because you don't know the guy. And so that's what I say.
So Harris, if you're going to make it in this business, you're going to have to just forget the humility thing. That's been a theme.
I'm
for
big
you
on that.
So
I'm
far
big
in
on
this
that
segment, and it's maybe good for just keep it to yourself, because the rest of us have opinions, and if there's humility involved, then what are you going to do?
I'm all for the basketball opinions, but Kevin Durant is a guy.
He's a cancer. No, I'm kidding. Well, I mean,
all right.
listen,
I hear you though.
People are all experts of their own opinion, and
we got a lot of experts here on the show.
Exactly.
Fourth Dimension's filled with experts.
Just the tip says, is this Harris guy a full-time hired co-host? Well, I wouldn't say full-time, but he is the guy. Well, he ain't no Keon. He ain't no Eric. I'll give him time before the heckling starts. Really?
Right. The heckling has already started.
Yeah, this is already heckling. Just the tip.
Yep. This is it right here. I'm in it, man. Throwing in the fire.
He says, I'll tell you one thing. He better quit being middle of the road because no one listens to the blender for Bland. Startle me for one with the take, Harris. Come on.
With the take.
He wants a hot take from Harris. Hot take Harris.
Hot take from me. Anything random. Okay.
We should get that as the clip. Hot take Harris.
All right. There should be no more than 10 teams per conference in college football. 10 conference maximum. 10 team per conference maximum.
That's a hot take.
Bring the Big East. Bring the Big East back. Bring the SWC back. All of it.
Can I just say, I don't care how many teams are in the conference, but if you call yourself the Big 12, you better have 12. Not 10, not 18, 12.
It's false advertising.
Yeah. Whatever you are, the number must represent the teams in the conference. Can't have more, can't have less.
Yep.
I have spoken.
The Suns have 8 assistant coaches, not 17.
More fake news.
Yeah.
Delicious. Who would have thought a San Francisco 49er fan would give us fake news?
I know.
Yeah, they're all about the real news up there.
Chosen One says, let's say they trade Durant over the summer. What would an acceptable or / great trade be in your eyes? I believe we gave up 4 first rounders and 2 or 3 players to get them.
Man, that is a lot.
We're not going to get as much back because we put mileage on that car.
No, yeah, correct.
In the form of
good
years.
analogy.
All right, Harris, you're the expert. What do you think is an acceptable great trade for Kevin Durant?
Honestly, a couple first rounders. That's it.
Couple first rounders.
Yeah, a couple first rounders.
Well, that doesn't give you the immediate satisfaction
I think a couple first
that
rounders
Ishbia might want.
Yeah. I think a couple first rounders and a few role players too with that would be good. Maybe some young guys that you can develop. And the first rounders do have to be higher first rounders. Obviously, it depends on the quality of the first rounder. But yeah, you're aiming for a couple first rounders. I don't know about 4. 4 is a lot.
That's what we gave up. We ain't getting that.
Yeah. I would say probably 2 first rounders and some good young guys who you could develop.
We need a real bruiser under the basket too.
Inside scoring would be nice.
The one thing that this team is lacking is a center, a dominant center. And I don't know, dear God, I don't think the Suns have had a real dominant center, even when Shaq was here. Shaq was at the end of his career, and I don't believe he was as dominant as the Suns needed. The Suns need somebody that's
young.
How do
you get more dominant than Shaq?
Well, but he was at the end of his career.
Oh, I know. Just hearing the sentence makes just kind of what? Even at the end of his career, he was a scary man.
He was scary, but he couldn't move, and he still couldn't hit a foul shot. So you just hack him towards the end of the game. You can lock this thing up. But the bottom line is a dominant center, a dominant presence under the basket, a couple of first rounders, like Triple H says. We need some role players. We need some more Mikal Bridges type guys. Mikal Bridges type guys.
Mm-hmm. Winning player.
Cam Johnson kind of guys.
Oh, really? Yeah. Like we should never given them away.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they just got. That's my response. That's my official analysis of the matter.
Harris, he has been doing that since the whole thing happened.
Yeah.
T-Licious says, thanks, Randy. To my point, too many was my point. Yeah, but it wasn't 17, so be accurate. Zach Roney says, okay, sorry. I need to clarify. My comment about team chemistry growth was not an off the court shot at KD or who he is as a person. It was more about how teams don't seem to grow around or with him on the court. GAS it really doesn't count because, they had that team to begin with. No, Zach Roney, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I see.
And it can appear that way, but this is what I've said before. He shows up to work every day, gives you his best. He's a sniper. All of a sudden, he's just doing amazing things out there.
Works
He's
hard.
not perfect. He missed a couple of threes at the end of the game, would have made the difference. But hey, that's just the way a game goes. The problem is bigger and more beyond that.
Yeah.
So, but no, your observation, we see it too.
Yeah, I
on
see
the
it.
court.
I hear it coming. Thanks for clarifying.
All right, we got
that.
to take a break. When we come back, a little more on this since there's some more text coming in, but we got many other things to talk about too. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Are you annoyingly inattentive? Do you watch a movie and then ask a zillion questions because you weren't paying attention? Do people ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. Mattress Firm's President's Day sale ends soon. Get a king bed for a queen price. Save up to $700 plus a free adjustable base with select Sealy mattresses. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or mattressfirm.com for details.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news. A CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Hi, guys. Jeffrey O'Brien here. Have you ever gone to HarmonSolar.com? Well, you really need to, because everything you ever wanted to know about how solar power can save you big on your monthly electric bill is right there. It's online. Through your phone or through your computer, you can learn about tax credits, the equipment they use, look at how they do things for businesses as well as homeowners, see testimonials from happy customers, and I hear they got a pretty good podcast, too. Check it out. Go to HarmonSolar.com. That's HarmonSolar.com.
AZ Preps 365, your source for all the news, info, highlights, and more. Athlete news and interviews. Talk with coaches. Keep you up to date with the changes, moves, upcoming events, and more. AZ Preps 365, Arizona's ultimate prep sports show. If you miss a minute, you miss a lot. AZ Preps 365, Saturday mornings 8 till 10 on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
The stadiums are empty. The crowds have gone home. The locker rooms have been cleared out. And the cheerleaders have hung up their pom-poms. But we're not done with football. There are coaching moves, player news, the combine, draft picks, and NFL news out the squeaker. Football is always in season here. This is mandatory. Don't miss anything NFL. Let's go. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Your home for the NFL.
Today, Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. So the Suns lose in overtime again. And the Suns lose again. And, we're just sitting here going, okay, well, I guess this is where we live now. This is our reality. This is what is going on. The Suns host New Orleans on Thursday night. I mean, it wasn't like they didn't try. I'm not going to say the Suns didn't try. There were 22 ties during the game, 23 lead changes. And at some point, Phoenix had a 10-point lead in the third quarter, but, that's how things go, I guess. I don't know. I don't have the answers. I don't know if anyone has the answers, but I bet James Jones feels like he's got some answers. And I'm sure Budenholzer has some ideas because remember they inherited what they have in front of them. And James Jones, while the GM, directed by Ishbia to do certain things over the last couple of years. So now the question is, will Ishbia be able to keep his hands off? Will he be able to step back and let these guys do their job to try to, repair, a little briefer rebuild, rather than a long rebuild?
Yeah. My message to Suns fans is just, man, got to be patient. I know it sucks. I get it. It's not a great place to be. It's hard. But my message to Suns fans is to be patient because you have, despite the decisions maybe that Ishbia has made, you have an owner that wants to win. That's half the battle. Imagine talking to a White Sox fan or an A's fan. They would kill for that. And guess what? The Suns have that. And so that's half the battle. The other is the execution, which as long as you have the assets and maybe Ishbia gains experience of being, he played basketball. I don't know if people know this, but he was on that
college.
2000 Michigan State national championship team. He was on there. And so, he's been around it. But man, my message to Suns fans is it's hard. I empathize with you, but patience is a virtue here.
So you're thinking longer rebuild.
I am thinking
Not
longer
quick
rebuild.
little adjustment rebuild.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, well, we're used to it, aren't we, Randy?
Yeah.
We are. Yeah.
2010s was rough.
Quiet Cannon says 100% agree with Randy. We need a dominant, scary take charge center. Well, we almost had one. We almost had Bull had a decent game, but it took overtime. But he got 23 points. I don't know how dominant a center he was during the course of it. But
when you lose a game like this and Devin Booker fouls out of the game, what does that say? I mean, you can't allow yourself, as Devin Booker goes. I know it happens, but this is a type of the game where we could have used him down the stretch, especially in overtime.
And
his stats
with his shooting.
His shooting, his
shooting
defensive capabilities. I mean, he's not. He doesn't just wave the flag like other people in the league and just let the guy get to the basket. He does at least try.
He's not been himself lately. I don't know if his stats and his shooting have started to improve over, say, the last 10 games, but he's been in kind of a slump himself. He's been in a little bit of a rough spot as far as the numbers he usually puts up. I don't know if that was different last night before he got into foul trouble.
And a couple things too. You talked about that dominant center. Phoenix got outscored in the paint 34-52 against Memphis. 18-point difference. That's pretty big, pretty significant amount. So, and the Grizzlies are one of the best teams in the league. Last time I checked, this may have changed because it's close. They were leading the NBA in scoring. And
Back
so
in
this
the day, we were competitive with them, and and so it's nice to see them sort of competitive with them last night, but it just still doesn't feel like this is a winning team.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel middle of the pack. I get that.
Well, I guess
empathize with the fans for sure.
We'll see. I guess is all I got here. Wait, isn't that your team?
The Suns?
No, the Memphis
Grizzlies. Yes, they are. Yeah, I grew up going to grit and grind games. Conley, Gasol, Zebo. As a little kid, yeah.
You can shut up. I don't care. I just want to know if that's your team.
Sensing a little salt here. Sensing a little salt here.
I'll give you credit for not gloating. That was nice.
Hey, yeah, I know my audience. I know my audience. Yeah.
Wilbur,
I know what the fourth dimension is capable of.
Wilbur says, Harris, you can't mention execution in the same breath as talking about the owner. Didn't we already do that with the previous owner? Oh, well, he did get executed. Fish Tank says, does Booker stay through another rebuild? Why not? Where else has he got to go?
A lot of other places. But he could. He's talked about and expressed a lot of interest in staying in Phoenix. And Phoenix, man, let me give credit to where credit is due. Phoenix is an awesome basketball town. Like, this is a Suns town.
True.
Yeah, like that. Like, the Suns are number one. I think it's the Suns based on the fans I've talked to, and then it's the Cardinals and D-backs. Like, the Suns are the number one team around here, and so they're loyal fans. They care. So that's good for the league.
So as far as okay, think about how close the Suns have been a couple of times.
Yeah.
Even back in
Very.
the 70s.
Yeah.
So every generation of Suns fans has we almost damn it.
Mm-hmm.
The heartbreak, but also the joy of knowing this is a team that can do something, right?
Yeah.
And the Cardinals, they've just been to the Super Bowl once, and it seems like that's been a team of dysfunction all along. We have no Coyotes left to talk about. And as far as the Diamondbacks go, they won a World Series. And then 25 years later, they went to a World Series. You're like, I'd put them in second place right behind the Suns as far as how that feels, how that looks. But yeah, you're right. The Suns are the legit team that just can't get there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it's like being a Bills fan or being a Packers fan these last 10 years. It's like, it's hard. It's not hopeless, but it's heartbreaking because they give you a reason to hope and then it crushes you.
Dip bleep Donnie. He accuses Suns fans. He says, this new guy has a lot to learn. It's only a good fan base when they win. That's not true, Donnie.
I don't think that's true at all. Not true.
No.
Yeah.
Walter Mellon says the 3-point shooting is what kills the Suns. They have a nice, healthy lead. Then they miss a bunch of threes. If they just kept plucking away with 2-pointers, they'd be fine. Oh, it drives me nuts too, Walter Mellon.
Let me say something to that. Phoenix shot 57% from 3 last night.
But then the two that Durant dropped were a difference maker in winning or losing the game.
Sure.
So, but to the point though, whatever last night was, when the when the 3-point shooting it starts to become a brickathon, at some point you got to say, okay, just go get the 2. Just go in there and keep the score going, or else we're going to fall behind really fast.
Yeah.
And but then I understand that the coaches don't like to do that because they're playing the metrics of this guy's percentage is this. If he has the ball in his hands and he shoots a 3, here's percentage of that actually going in. So I wish they coached it different. If the threes aren't falling, get in there and get what you can. Get the 2. You got to keep this score close. You got to keep the score moving up.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, the NBA coaches don't seem to do that.
Yeah. And, sometimes, teams, especially nowadays, live and die by the 3. Like I go back to this series, the 20, was it 18, the Rockets against the Warriors when they went 0 for 27 from 3. And you have that D'Antoni analytical system where it's like, oh no, we're so good. We're such a good 3-point shooting team. You have Chris Paul, Harden, Ariza, all these guys that can shoot. But, it wasn't their day. They weren't feeling it. But what did? They kept going to it and kept going to it and kept going to it. And they died by it. And that can happen. Same thing with Phoenix, man. Same thing. It can happen. And so that's a part of basketball. It's a make or miss game. And yeah.
Boomer Sooner says, I hear Harold's back. Must be nice. Work a couple days off. Then you're off for a few.
Did not get a couple days off.
Yeah, he's constantly working. Just not here. Just because you don't. Boomer Sooner, you're using like a little kid's thought process. Just because you cover your eyes doesn't mean he's stopped existing.
Right.
Zacharoni says, I'm a New York Giants fan. But I was actually really happy when Saquon left. Good player, good guy from what the public can see, and deserved to win. He was not about to win with the Giants. Now I'm starting to feel similarly about Devin Booker. Although the Suns are not a total dumpster fire, like the Giants were. Well, I mean, listen, I think Devin Booker has made his life here, and he knows that they could build around him and he can still be a part of a winning team. He still has a bunch of years left in him. So I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't stay unless they decide to trade him off. I don't think they would. But if they did, all right, I got you. But outside of that, no, I don't think he's looking to jump. I think he will trust the new owner. He'll trust James Jones and just, kind of see what happens. Either way, he's always going to get paid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not going to be a lack of money or lifestyle.
No.
Fifth letter says it's a bird. It's a plane. It's Luca, mother effers. I'm not reading Go Lakers. I'm not going to read that.
Well,
not saying that fifth letter. Just not going to say it.
Right.
Average Joe says now the Green Bay is wanting to ban the tush push. Oh, Average Joe, we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about basketball right now. I'm going to put a pin in that text. And we'll come back to that because we are going to bring it up because Phil had some ideas. I want to get Harris's take on it, but we're not going to do that this very moment. Big George says, Suns are the first in Phoenix. followed by the Diamondbacks, the only team to actually win a championship. And then the Cardinals came. And then the Cardinals passed the Diamondbacks when they went to the Super Bowl. But then 10 years of mediocrity has dropped them to third in the Valley behind the Suns, then Diamondbacks. I don't know that the Cardinals going to a Super Bowl lifted them to second at any point. I think it's always been Suns and Diamondbacks and then Cardinals.
I think that, see, I know for professional sports, that's probably the layout. But if you look at the Valley, it's when the Suns are doing good, it's the Suns. When the ASU Sun Devils are doing good, it's the Sun Devils. I know we're not talking.
Well, now
about
you're making
college.
Donnie's point, saying there's a bunch of fair weather fans.
Well, no, I'm just saying when we talk about a number one thing in the Valley, I think the Sun Devils have to rate in there too. I think as far as baseball goes, this is also a great baseball community and a basketball community. The reason the Cardinals are they're okay. I mean, they do well. It's not our team. It's not our team. Phoenix was born and bred. The Suns were born and bred here. The Diamondbacks were born and bred here. The Sun Devils are born and bred here. Cardinals moved here. They didn't.
Cardinals, Chicago to St. Louis to here, and probably some other places that I'm too young to know about.
And they play in Glendale too. They're pretty far from the city, so they're pretty isolated. You can factor that in. But yeah, they moved a lot of places. They're also, I think, it's them or Tampa Bay. They kind of alternate as the lowest winning percentages for a franchise in NFL history among franchises that have like not including the expansion teams like the Jaguars and those teams. It's typically those. And so the Cardinals, sticking with them is hard because there's not a lot of history where they can look at and hang their hats on.
Things are starting to come out that looks like the culture there is rotten apple. And the rotten Bidwell apple fell from the rotten Bidwell tree. Although his dad, when the daddy Bidwell came to town with the Cardinals, the only dig on him is he was cheap and he wouldn't pay the players. But he did things that were actually really great for the community. And he did things that were really great for civil rights, hiring Black women at a time that nobody would for front office and for management type jobs. So at least in that aspect, I got respect. But this new Bidwell, with all the stuff that's been coming out, it's like, ugh. And it's no wonder we're going to talk about how the Cardinals are dead last on the NFLPA list of grades this year. We'll go over all that later on in the program, but it ain't great. It ain't great. So yeah, maybe we would have done. Here's what would have been interesting. If we had just waited, Randy.
Yeah.
What was the next team to run screaming out of St. Louis? We could have had the Rams.
We could have.
And if they could have showed up here, we'd have had the Rams and Kurt Warner. We still would have had Kurt Warner, and we would have had a Super Bowl.
Yep. You're right.
Could have had the greatest show on turf.
Oh God! No, thanks a lot, Harris. Now I'm nauseous.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I get it, man. Hey, when I start thinking of those Rams teams, I get nauseous too, being a Titans fan. So I'm nauseous too, Jeffrey. Not the only one here.
Beer Bob says, I don't know if it's a losing or the frustration, but the team doesn't look like they're playing with each other. And also, did you hear that KD expects to be traded in the offseason? Saw it on the bleacher. Yeah. I mean, he saw the writing on the wall during free agency. He sees what's going on around him. So I'm sure he has an idea about what's going to happen. He's been around long enough to know,
Yeah.
All right, let's take that break. When we come back later on, we're talking football. Right now, we're still talking some NBA. We got some baseball on the way, a little hockey too. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Progressive presents a testimonial of sorts.
Hey, slow down! Oh, yeah? Well, you drive like my grandma. She's a very attentive and courteous driver who wears a seatbelt and always uses her turn signals. She's also a talented painter and has very low cholesterol. Not that that has anything to do with the drive. We just thought a more complete picture of who she is might be interesting. Anyway, have a nice day.
Safe driver? Get Snapshot from Progressive and get a personalized rate based on how you drive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents. Surcharge possible for unsafe driving.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Pfizer Prevnar 20 is proved to help protect adults against pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
The Valley of the Sun will roar to life this spring.
This ought to get pretty wild here.
Why is that, you may ask? Because NASCAR is coming to Phoenix, and it's going to be a weekend of good vibes the whole family won't forget. The best-in-class fan experience meets racing's toughest drivers for 3 days of action on and off the track, all surrounded by the beautiful Estrella Mountains. NASCAR weekend at Phoenix Raceway, March 7th through the 9th. Get your tickets now at phoenixraceway.com.
Looking to take your career to the next level? Arizona's largest law enforcement agency is hiring detention officers right now. Play a critical role in protecting public safety with the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office and gain experience that could lead to careers in leadership or as a recruit training officer. Discover competitive compensation and unlimited potential at jobs.mcso.org. Honor the law, serve the law. Apply today by visiting jobs.mcso.org. Sponsored by the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office.
Now, you can be the guy that eventually gets bits and pieces of the latest news, or you can get the whole story when it breaks. The NFL is always in season here.
That's how we do it.
Follow us on Facebook or Twitter, or at 1580thefanatic.com.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. KD wants to know, Fish Tank wants to know, does KD end up as the most traded Hall of Famer?
No.
It's just odd how many teams he's bounced around from as a generational talent. Is there anyone similar to him in that regard? That's a very fair point, Fish Tank. I don't know. Who's as talented as KD that's been traded as much?
You could say Chris Paul or Shaq.
All right. Well, I think KD, different positions. I don't know. Who's more talented?
It's a good question.
Chris Paul or Kevin Durant? I mean, Shaq was on the Magic, on the Lakers, on the Suns. And his trajectory was a long time with the Magic, a long time with the Lakers, and a little bit of time with the Suns. Was there anywhere else he went?
Celtics and Cavs.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I wasn't paying attention. And I don't know if that really counts because that was during his non-productive years, right?
He was a bit on the older side. I mean, still a unproductive Shaq is like a good starting center, though.
But I don't know if that really compares to Kevin Durant, who has been super, plug and play, ready for a championship wherever you put him, even if the team he was on wasn't, Look at how much of a domination factor him walking into Golden State became, Chris Paul, the difference is Chris Paul is a great point guard. They call him the point god. And he's been on a bunch of different teams, and he is a difference maker as well. But what he doesn't have is any jewelry. Kevin Durant's got jewelry.
Yeah. You could say that. I mean, in terms of like sheer talent, honestly, man, you could call Kevin Durant and Shaq like two of the 5-10 most naturally talented players to ever play.
You don't give any of that to Chris Paul.
Chris Paul, I think the difference is he's amazing. He's not necessarily this physical specimen like
name
Shaq.
A better point guard
all time than Chris Paul right now. All time?
Just all time.
Magic
he's in the
Johnson.
top 10, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm a Chris Paul apologist here. You're talking to like a guy who really appreciates CP3's game. Like every team that he goes to makes him better. But I just say the difference between him and a player like Kevin Durant and Shaq is just Kevin Durant and Shaq were like physical specimen.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Paul was so crafty. He was so mindful. I wouldn't call that talent as much as I would just call it like intelligence. You know what I'm saying?
Beer Bob says, I believe KD only got traded once, and that was when he came here. So he's free agency'd his way from team to team. Is that what you're saying?
He has.
That's a
He's
good
right.
point. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Walter Mellon says Dennis Rodman's pretty talented and was traded a bunch. I don't know if he was as talented as KD. He was a totally different kind of role player.
Yeah. Dennis Rodman, I mean, he was amazing, one of the best role players ever, but he was I would define him as a role player. His job is to rebound and defend. You're asking Kevin Durant to be the star of the team here.
Was Shaq on the Heat too?
Yes, he was.
Magic.
You didn't mention that.
The Magic and the Heat.
Won a championship with the Heat.
Senior Florida right there.
Yeah.
Just the Tip says, I spent half my life living. He just showed me a bunch of pictures of New York City. Well, thank you for the travel guide. These are great pictures. I'm not going to lie to you. He says, I will literally punch in the throat anyone who disagrees. Well, we're not going to disagree that you spent half your life living there.
Yeah.
What are we disagreeing over? I was kind of
just the Tip. Remember, drinks a lot.
Okay, so he sent pictures of New York City and said, I will punch anyone in the face who disagrees.
I can't disagree. These are pictures of New York City.
Okay.
I'm not looking at these and going, you sure that's not Toronto?
Thank you for the factual statement.
It might be Philadelphia.
My friend is in the cups, as he says.
Doing hard-hitting journalism, spreading information here.
The Jet says, can I send some pictures too? No, man, no. Boomer Sooner, that's football. I'll come back to you when we talk football a little bit. He's got a football text. Hey, remember clown ass Patrick Beverly?
Yes.
I like Pat Bev.
The guy who likes to push people in the back, Pat Beverly. The guy who assaulted Chris Paul.
Yes.
Not like a man, but like a weasel from behind. Remember
like
that?
A weenie?
Yeah. That's the same Pat Beverly, right? I'm not getting that wrong, am I?
The NBA needs more Pat Bevs.
Really?
Yes.
To be a-holes?
To be that guy who causes some rivalry. I think the NBA is missing some, like hockey, when they fought first 3 times.
So he's a goon.
They needs more Draymond.
So Draymond's a goon. Pat's a goon. Well, Draymond at least has intelligence behind it, but Patrick Beverly just seems unhinged sometimes. Speaking of the unhinged, he's getting sued now. There was this game where it was during the playoffs, and he threw a ball out of bounds, hit a woman right in the face, and then this guy grabbed the ball, threw it back, and then he threw it again and hit another lady. So he beamed 2 different ladies.
Wow.
I'm talking with force. If you watch the video, bam, bam. And according to the lawsuit, the women were in the game separately. They weren't even friends, but they were both sitting near the Bucks bench. And he throws it, bang, and he broke the necklace. That's how hard it hit her on the side of the head, broke her necklace off. And she's like, that hurt. And then
crazy. When
he got the ball back, he threw it even harder and hit this other lady in the chest and face. And she's like, that hurt. And they were both then embarrassed because security escorted them out of the building. Like they did something wrong.
Yeah, they did. They just received the brutality. Yeah.
The only person who did anything that was even close was just somebody that threw the ball back. Like, hey, why are you throwing the ball over here?
So let me get
now.
This straight.
Patrick Beverly said, "Oh, they were talking trash." Well, it was proved that wasn't true, or but he didn't get arrested. But there was an investigation. They did do a criminal investigation, but there was no charges filed. The NBA did suspend him. But of course, he hasn't served because, he went to play in Israel after that. So right now, there's a lawsuit that's going to try to get some money out of Patrick Beverly for his little temper tantrum there.
Wow, that is a crazy. So some dude was talking trash, and then he meant to throw the ball at the dude and accidentally hit a girl. Is that right?
I don't know that he was actually. I don't know why he threw it out of bounds. He said somebody over there was talking trash. I don't know if he said that it was the women. Actually,
really,
This from the greatest trash talker of all time in the NBA.
Is he the greatest trash talker of all time?
He's got to be up there. He's a weenie.
I don't
He's
think
up
I'd
there.
give him all time.
Gary
He's
Payton's
a
definitely up there
weenie.
too. If you want to get into that
Well, but
conversation,
Payton could back it up. I mean,
true.
Pat Beverly really couldn't.
We need, yeah. I feel that. Sure. In terms of
Glove
current
could
day
back it
trash
up.
talkers, he's up there. Dylan Brooks, I'd put up there too. The NBA
Oh,
needs more Dylan Brookses.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know.
Hey, I don't want to call anyone out or nothing. But hey, Doug, how about not sending me pictures of your wife to have me tell you my thoughts and concerns about your wife?
That's above your pay grade, man.
There's
all of
nothing
our pay grades
above my pay grade.
above mine.
But I don't know her. I don't know you.
Wow.
It was an unnamed texter, by the way.
Oh my gosh.
Who named himself Doug Holes. I don't think that is his God-given name, if we're being honest. And thank God, all of the pictures fully dressed. Thank God for that.
That's a relief.
But yeah, no, we're not doing that. Sluzzman says, Jeffrey, what about big shot Robert Ory? Played for the Suns, Lakers, Spurs, someone else, 7 championships. He blended into winning teams. Robert Horry. What do you think? Is it Horry or Ori? I thought it was Ori. Is it Horry?
It's Ori.
Horry!
The H is silent, but
I
Phoenix
said
Suns
Ori?
fans-
I said it right then.
Yes. Phoenix Suns fans call him Horry.
Horry!
Yeah, not too fond of him.
I don't know. Does he really go up to the level of the other guys, Randy, you think?
I think he was another instigator. I mean, look what he did to Steve Nash.
What about Michael?
That's why you're bringing it up.
Yeah, and what about Michael Jordan? Anybody? He's up
Michael
there.
Jordan.
He didn't get traded.
No, we're talking greatest trash talkers of all time.
Okay. I thought we were okay. Sorry, I thought we were back to the traded thing.
Michael Jordan, he would talk trash to you, and then he would dagger you with that
Right.
last second shot.
He'd
of
say
his.
something
I mean,
so subtle.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He was always taking up space in everybody's head.
Oh yeah, he lived in
can-
there rent free.
Yeah, he can back it up. Trash talk, being able to back up, that is the biggest thing. Who's that
Yeah.
idiot that was blowing in LeBron's ear that time?
Lance Stevenson.
Yeah. What about the other guy who was always calling him? Doug, I swear to God, stop sending pictures. It's just a nonstop string of pictures from this guy.
Wow.
We get it. You like your wife. Anyway, who was the guy that was, talking big crap about LeBron James to him, about him, near him when they were playing, and then they just destroyed him, and he looked like a complete fool. There was a couple of years
There's
ago.
a lot of guys.
No,
Maybe
there was
Dylan
one
Brooks.
guy specifically.
Dylan Brooks, potentially, when the Grizzlies played the Lakers. I remember the series. And
Is that it?
Could
Maybe.
be. It could be what
Maybe.
you're talking about. There's some others.
Like he
though.
talks so much garbage, and then he came with nothing.
I think he called LeBron old,
I think that's it. then,
which
Dylan
is
Brooks.
pretty funny. Actually,
Yeah.
that's kind of a good chirp. I'm not going to lie.
Well,
it's one of the
obvious.
most
Yeah,
most-
it's a factual statement.
one of the most epic trash talkers during Michael Jordan's era. That he could even shut down Michael Jordan was Larry Bird.
Larry
Oh,
Bird's
yeah.
name is just floating all across the text line. Slow Mo Zo says Larry Bird, great trash talker. Dodger Danny, Larry Bird, huge trash talker, but he also backed it up. Average Joe, Larry Bird was the greatest trash talker ever. So
Mhm.
yes,
You could
Larry
say
Bird.
totally. Yeah.
Of course, Fish Tank might be right. Robert Horry, not a Hall of Famer though.
No.
I think
No.
you know I'm gonna go out of the box here for talking greatest trash talkers ever. How about Tim Duncan? Now he would be extremely
Subtle.
nice, extremely subtle. Like Kevin Garnett was talking about him, and he would try to go for the ball, and Tim Duncan would be like, "Oh, nice try, nice try."
Oh,
You
yeah.
got to be quicker than that.
That
And
is even more infuriating.
infuriating. That would totally get into someone's head. So
Oh yeah.
outside the box there.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Baker's Cocky Hen says Horry should be called Towel Bitch for throwing that towel in Danny Ainge's face. I don't know.
Okay.
Don't talk to me about Danny Ainge.
What about Danny Ainge?
Roll Randy knows. Randy knows.
Put
So-
a hand up.
Danny Ainge a prolific 3-point shooter during his time?
Yes.
And so I see you're up on the history of the Phoenix Suns, and of course that game between the Suns and the Bulls, Game 6 of the Finals. And who was that guy that came up that should make that 3-point shot again? It wasn't Steve Kerr. Who was he? Who was it that came and made that three?
I know who you're talking about. I can't think.
I
of
always
his name.
forget his name. John Paxson.
John Paxton. Yeah.
It's like during the final seconds of the game, the Suns are on top. John Paxson steps back. He's like, I'm going to do a 3. Danny Ainge stands there and watches. Doesn't run up, doesn't put his hands up, makes no attempt. He stands there and watches as Paxson shoots the ball over his head, drains the 3, and that's the end of everything for the Phoenix Suns.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I've never forgiven Danny Ainge for that. You're a 3-point shooter. Everybody says you're a brilliant basketball mind. How hard is it to put your hands up?
Yeah.
That is always stuck in my craw.
Yeah.
It has.
Really has. When Randy and I started working together back in the 93, the station wasn't paying that much, so I was delivering pizzas after that.
Wow.
I had to take a pizza to Danny Ainge's house.
Really?
And I was like, he'd better not answer the door. He better be a kid. He was Mormon. He had tons of them.
Yeah, BYU grad.
Thank God he did not come to the door.
Wow. Well, that's funny. That's a story to tell.
3266 says, I always heard John Paxson had a potty mouth. Well, I don't know. He had a 3-point shot that ended everything for the Suns. Thank you for bringing up that horrible memory.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to take a break. We'll come back and pick it all up again. It's Daily Blender.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, where every nail-biting overtime win, breakaway, pick six, 3-point shot, underdog win, buzzer beater, shootout, walk-off, and absolutely every play in between is amazing. From football to basketball and hockey to baseball, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick. And it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors. Use as directed. Vapo Stick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max use for adults only.
Dell Technologies is celebrating with anniversary savings on their most popular tech. For a limited time only, save on select next-gen PCs like the XPS 16, powered by Intel Core Ultra processors and more. Plus, curate your dream setup with great deals on select monitors, mice, and more must-have electronics and accessories. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to leading-edge technology to match your forward-thinking spirit and free shipping on everything. Again, that's Dell.com/deals.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think you could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm going to be playing Coach Cutter. Feel more active. Demons play something tweet this.
Still get models for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text AREA to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text AREA to 42424. That's AREA to 42424. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Driving high can get you a DUI. Instead of getting behind the wheel, designate a sober driver or rideshare. In Arizona, drug-impaired driving is illegal, even if the drug is legal. So drive sober or not at all. In Arizona, there's zero tolerance for impaired driving, since drugs slow your reaction time and cloud your judgment. If you feel different, you drive different. Visit drivesober.az.gov to learn more. This message is sponsored by the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody. It's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. And your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Harris in the control room. I'm not calling you Triple H when we intro the show. I don't care what's on the camera. I mean, do you want that to be your thing, really? Are you sure?
Well, it's sticking. It's sticking. I don't know if there's anything you can do about it.
So he wants it. You can tell he wants it. He likes
how,
it.
How do you get any better than Triple H? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I didn't watch wrestling. Tell me about Triple H, the wrestler.
Well, why? This is the actual Triple H right here. This is Harris,
Okay.
and the middle name is got a H, and his last name's got a H.
How about then? I'm going to do a Triple H tail of the tape comparison here very soon, which means I'll have to research and find out. How many fights have you won, Harris?
0. But I've also been in 0.
So I'll do this research off here, but still, if that's what you want to be, I'm still going to call you Harris Hicks when we intro the show, because that's who's in the control room. You guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. So Harris, right now you are bouncing back and forth between the show and your work as a camera operator for the San Diego Padres in spring training.
Yes, that's correct. So I'm technically a production technician. So I'm doing camera right now, but throughout the process, I'm going to be doing replay, potentially scoreboard, graphics, all of that.
A little of everything.
A little bit of everything. That's
Is this
right,
like an internship or an actual job?
It's a job, but it's for spring training, so it's here in the area, and so it's a temporary job, and so I've really liked it.
That's
really
cool. That's a cool thing, and he had that before we hired him to do this. So
yes,
that's fine. But when you are done with spring training, then we're going to look to you to come to us with some of your own ideas. Like we had Keon Rose's college football and basketball dance parties. You don't have to have a dance party, but I'm just saying,
I can dance though. You guys haven't seen it yet, but
we don't need to. Don't want to.
Keon
dance.
There's really he didn't dance.
Never saw him
dance
once.
No,
I did the dancing.
You did the dancing. What's your go-to dance move, Jeffrey?
Jeffrey did like chair dancing.
That's it right
just kind of easy.
Yeah, it's more
like
like
easy.
I had an amazing light show in the background.
Oh yeah,
and I would do it.
See, I'm a big Dougie guy. I really like doing the Dougie.
What's the Dougie?
The Dougie.
Have you guys seen John Wall do it? He did it so well.
No,
it's like this.
The
Dougie. Okay. Well, I don't know if that's really translating on radio or on video.
Yeah, I got the dance moves for radio. Let's say, ooh, that's cool.
But I'll provide the lighting and the dancing, and then I'll give a little something. I'm not gonna show it to you all right now. I'm gonna save a little something.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it doesn't have to be that. It could be whatever. It doesn't have to be about college. It could be about anything you want. So start to as you're standing out there, and you'll have tons of time to do it.
Yep.
Watching what's going on in the baseball field. Start dreaming up your bits, man. That's what we're saying.
All righty. Well, hey, I love college sports like Keon did. So probably something along those lines. March Madness coming up. Getting pretty excited about that. So
Keon still does. He's not dead.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, that's a good point. I'm glad he still does.
Like Keon did.
Keon, if you're listening, I wish you the best regards. The
Jet says, can Triple H or me a beer? No, he can't. He's old enough, but no, Randy pours the beer around here.
Yeah.
Last Optimist says, Triple H, ultimate bad boy who married the boss's daughter to take over the company. Watch out, Jeffrey. You stay away from my 18-year-old daughter.
Oh, man.
She is 18, but I will snap you like a twig, Harris.
Yep.
But I tell you what, back when she was 16, we had a 16-year-old kid working there. Remember Squid?
Squid.
That was his name.
Well, we called him that.
Was it short for Squidward?
I don't remember his name, Jason or something. And my daughter saw him and she says, "Daddy, I want one." I'm like, "You are never going to the station again."
Oh, man.
Big George says, so Harris, as a production assistant for the San Diego Padres, will you be coming out here to San Diego for the regular season?
I will not. I will not be coming out to San Diego.
Yeah,
I'm here.
George, why are you talking to him like he's on a job interview with you?
Yeah. What's the
Oh, he
dynamic
wanted
here?
to see if you get some free tickets.
Oh, I see. Not the person to talk to there, but there are others you could talk to.
So Doug, who had sent me all these pictures of his wife, man, you can't do that. You didn't, on the last one he put "Daddy likey," dude. Just no. You have a lovely wife. Thank you for having all these pictures tastefully shown.
That poor
but
wife.
Please don't do that anymore.
That poor wife.
He says, "I've been looking for a local sports talk radio show in Phoenix for 7 years. I think I finally found my home. You filthy boys." Well, Doug, you're going to need a nickname. I don't think we're going to go with Doug Holes.
I want to say thank you, but then I heard the end, and I'm kind of like, what is his intention here? What's
his intention is he's been bored with all of the rest of Phoenix sports radio. He hears us, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I have found my people."
There you go,
and that's fine.
Awesome.
You found your people, but
Glad to have
also
you.
you're going to need a text or nickname.
Dig Doug.
Dig Doug. Oh, that ain't bad. It could be something you've always wanted. And I know Doug Holes is probably not your real name. I'm guessing. You know what? I should probably look that up. I don't know. But in your entire life, this is your only chance to pick your own nickname. Walter Mellon says, "Nah, it's somebody trolling Jeffrey. It's got to be a burner account, possibly. Could be. It very well could be a burner account.
If you're a burner account, we will find out. And when we find out,
we usually do, yeah.
We will let you know.
Yeah. That's about as scary as we get.
Yes.
You were trying to do a little Liam Neeson there, and you realize we have nothing behind it.
I have a very specific set of skills. And if you hurt her, I will find you. And when I find you, I will kill you.
We're not killing anybody.
I thought that was Liam Neeson first. I got kind of freaked out.
Nobody's getting killed.
I mean, if you closed your eyes, maybe.
Yeah. I should do that next time you do that.
Chosen One thinks that Doug seems to want Jeffrey to join him and his wife. It does feel like somebody's ordered me drinks from across the bar and they're smiling at me, but I'm not ever going to go down that road. So
I think you're going to be busy that day. And yes, they did not give you the day. I'm aware of that.
Hefty Lefty says, "Sound like Sean Connery auditioning for Taken." Gee, everybody's a critic, aren't they? I felt it was more Liam Neeson than Sean Connery.
Thank you.
The Jet says you should change his texter nickname to Pineapple Doug. What, am I having issues with my microphone?
Yeah. I didn't know if it was me or.
How long has this been going on for?
Oh, well, the whole show.
I
didn't know.
An hour and 8 minutes later, and you're now telling me?
I'm not telling you anything because
somebody's supposed to tell me these things.
I don't know if Triple H knows the protocol.
Issues with the microphone. Audio sounds great on here on my end.
Oh. Well, maybe it's you, Randy. Maybe it's your
maybe
equipment.
it is me. That's why I haven't said anything.
Well, you should say something.
Randy, your audio is great too.
During breaks, you should always tell me.
No, I don't say anything because it might be me.
Well, still tell me so I know what's going on.
Perhaps it's the live stream. Maybe the live stream.
Yeah, Walter Mellon is trying to help Harris out. It says pineapple is a symbol. For swinging.
Code word. It's our code.
No. On the show, we'd say pineapple when my microphone or our connection got bad.
Yes.
Anyway.
Right. Okay. Got it.
Listeners are saying no pineapple out there. So yeah, Randy, yours might be faulting a little bit and we just didn't know it yet. You haven't talked that much during the show.
No, I really haven't talked too much. I'm letting Triple H sow his oats.
No, he won't shut the hell up. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
I'm just saying. He's just Harris is just sort of taking over the whole conversation.
Well, he is kind of taking over. Yeah.
Just, oh my God.
Slowly but surely.
We didn't ask. You're not supposed to be listening.
You can't listen to this.
Yeah, we're talking.
Okay, I guess I'll just cut my mic off. I don't know here.
No, you can listen now. We're done. Quiet Cannon says, How about you call any texter? He says, here's a suggestion. Spot on filthy. Spot on filthy? I don't know. I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
2671 says, you'll never know who this is. Pineapple is my safe word. Oh, I could figure out who you are. And that's a burner number if I've ever seen one. The Jet says pineapple means something different in certain lifestyles.
There was this crazy girl in college, and we had a code word for if we needed to leave the situation when she was there, and it was pineapple piss missile.
I don't know if we can say that. I don't know. I don't think that could be a texter nickname ever.
So anytime we said that, it was the bro code. We're out of here.
Hefty Lefty says, nothing wrong with some Sean Connery in the afternoon. Oh, never is. No. Fish Tank says, maybe pre-read this before you say it. Oh. Yeah, you can say cuck. You can say that, but we're not doing that. Soccer Mom says, that person is definitely a burner account. Nobody in their right mind says daddy likey.
No. Come on, people. Where's your dignity, people? Come on.
A lot of people in this audience, I think, you have not listened enough.
Yeah, you've got to listen a little longer.
Yeah.
All right. I'll lower the bar. No expectations, no disappointments. I'll go in with that.
Hefty Lefty says, was her name Mary Kate? Just a Tip says,
I know what that's towards.
Your parents were too cheap to pay for a full name. The horror. I literally just want to have fun. It's okay, Just a Tip. You're doing great. He's pretty sloshed right now.
Okay.
So this is the point where he yells at us, and then he suddenly says, I love you so much.
Those that are on Hefty Lefty, those that are on SEC Twitter, no. I'm just going to say that. Those are on now.
Average Joe says, Moist One says, daddy likey almost every night.
That's true.
Man.
That's true.
While looking at his hands. Bruno Baller says, so is Harris flying solo today? There's no Phil?
Well, no, Phil is not. Well, Phil is here. He's here in spirit.
His training wheels are moving farther and farther away from him.
Yes.
Are you going to be able to do this when he's not around?
Yes. So he hasn't said a word so far.
Oh, by the way, after the show, you and I need to talk.
Me and you.
You and I?
No, you and I.
Oh, you and I then.
No, you and I. I'm pointing at him.
Me and
Can't
Jeffrey.
You see who I'm pointing at?
You and I?
Me and Jeffrey. Okay.
Harris and I need to talk.
Okay. Can Harris be there? Because
Harris
said he
absolutely should be there when Harris and I talk.
All right. Very well.
You are excused.
You and I will be talking.
We absolutely have to talk at the end of the show.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Got it.
Very well.
Don't worry, you're not getting fired.
Okay.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
Well, let's see here. Kiss the Cook says, well, if Harris can't dance, and if you don't dance, well, you're no friend of mine.
Who's
he
to say
missed
I
a
can't
bunch of
dance?
the words, didn't he, Jeffco? I mean,
that is a reference to a song you don't know.
Safety dance.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay, forget it. He's just looking blankly through us, like we're already in the ground. Baker's Cocky Hem says, loving the new kid Harris. Not reading the rest of that. What are you talking about? Lacrosse guy says, in Vegas, I once met a lady that had Triple H's.
What?
That seems unwieldy. That's too much. That's all I'm going to say. Wilbur says, let's get back to Harris's take on college football and having 10-team conferences. That's a lot of merit there. 10-team conferences, and thus you play every single team in your conference, and there's no excuses for not playing somebody. I love it.
This guy knows ball. Whoever just commented that, he's on to it.
Well, Wilbur's heard about it. But if you got 10-team conferences, do you then end up with too many conferences in a college football playoff sort of setting? Does that make things more complicated?
Well, judging that we already have 12 teams and there's only two major.
Hey, shut the hell up! Sorry, just the dogs.
Maybe the dog sounds to me like the dog really likes having the 10-team conferences. He's got something to say.
Don't speak for my dogs. How dare you?
Seems like he's got something to say. Seems like
not to you. He's just fighting. Buddy and Bebo are just fighting over a dog toy.
Hey, maybe
don't drag them into your NCAA football drama.
Yeah. Yeah,
Now they're
I mean,
both
maybe
looking over here like, yeah, man, what the hell?
No, they're looking
Sorry,
over there thinking like, oh yeah, like that's a good point. Like maybe there are too many teams in the Big Ten and the Pac-12
Guess what?
should be back.
I don't have speakers on. They can't even hear your side of this.
Maybe.
Nice
Maybe not.
try.
Dogs have really good hearing.
Wish you weren't a liar.
Dogs have really good hearing. Just saying.
I do have my headphones up kind of loud.
Yeah.
Who let the dogs out? Random texter with a doggy door. What am I, uncivilized?
Basic. Yeah. Basic understanding there.
Moist One says, can't blame the dad. Mary Kate is quite the specimen.
Oh, I don't know if I would. If we should get into that on the show, but yep, that's oof.
Devil Hawk says, Harris, nice knowing you. Anytime your boss says he wants to chat after work, you know you're in trouble. Probably a verbal warning before your written warning, and then after that, termination. No, I literally just need to talk to him. It's no big deal. Before he leaves the building, he can't leave. I know that sounded ominous, but no. Oaktown Destroyer says, hey, 888, welcome to the show. Looking forward to getting some insight on some future college basketball games. Football combine starts up, that sort of thing.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not 888, it's Triple H, and it's not even that, it's Harris. So
he's trying.
Hefty Lefty says, hey, remember to wear your helmet the first week when you're off training wheels, Harris.
Yeah, good point. Safety is important.
Last Optimus, what in the hell is this? He says, upside down pineapple is the gateway. Loofah tied to a roof rack or a golf cart. That's advanced mode. What?
I don't know what that means.
Don't know what we're talking about now anymore.
So I guess in a place called the Villages in Florida, they use loofah code. Loofah code.
Loofah code.
Like
right.
What's loofah code?
Like a teal. No, I'm not going to do this. I was going to, and I thought, no, I don't think I want to go through that. Basically, like a retirement community, and if you have a certain color loofah, that means you're in a certain something. Like, hey, everybody. Excuse me a second. There's a very strange noise happening, and I have to go investigate that.
You mean like if you have a certain loofah code color, you're like horny?
What is a loofah code?
That's pretty much it. I think I explained it.
I've never heard of a loofah before.
It's a little scrubby thing girls use to soap themselves up and stuff.
Oh gosh!
Just Google loofah. You're
moist.
I'm not googling that.
No, it's nothing dirty. Loofah is just like a scrubby thing you put soap in.
Oh, okay.
Bullseye says, question for Preparation H. What is your favorite topping on the pizza? I like pineapple.
So I'm actually not a huge pizza guy. I can consider it. It's okay. Not going to go out of my way for it, but sausage is probably my favorite if I had to choose.
No, I like some little sausage with some pepperoni and mushroom. That's a good pizza right there. Sway Dave says, brace yourself, Harris. Jeffrey's going to come with the Office Space comment. Well, I don't need him to work this weekend. No. Whistling Gerbil says, welcome back, Harold. Where were you? We've covered this, Whistling Gerbil. He's running cameras for the San Diego Padres until they make him do something else.
Yep.
Random texture says, so what's better than loofahing or soaking? Well, if you're soaking in the tub, you can loofah. You can probably, I think it's more of a shower thing. Just the Tip says, problem with restricting any college association is the generational support.
The generational support?
What do you mean by that?
What's that, Harris?
What do you mean? What does he mean by that?
I don't know. Maybe he'll tell us during the break. We got to take a break. We'll be back. More of the Daily Blender after this here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-859-3220. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-859-3220. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-859-3220. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-859-3220, 800-859-3220, or biglou.com.
Lowe's knows that your deadlines don't change, even when your job does. But with Lowe's Buy Online, Pick Up in Store, we'll help you adjust on the fly. And when you absolutely can't leave the project, we can deliver to your job site as soon as same day. Lowe's knows pros. We help, you save. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes placed by 2 p.m. for same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. More terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Hungry for something exciting? Then come experience what's new at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse with 2 Valley locations. No one does Asian-inspired cuisine better or more authentic than Kasai, where talented Teppanyaki chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse, it isn't just dinner, it's dinnertainment. A memorable dining experience where a delicious 7-course meal is prepared right at your table with flair. It's the perfect choice for celebrations, date nights, or a night on the town. Choose from over 30 different items and combinations of teppanyaki, Asian fusion, and innovative sushi. Happy hour is always on fire with their daily specials. Try their new $12 bar menu items, Wagyu beef and Mongolian pork sliders, chicken or beef satay, and 3 delicious flavors of chicken karaage. 2025 is on fire at Kasai with 2 locations, Scottsdale Road and Thunderbird, and now open in Peoria at the 101 in Northern. Go to KasaiTeppen.com. That's KASAI Teppen.com, or search Kasai on your mobile phone.
The Rich Eisen Show. What do you do if you're the Tennessee Titans? I would go with Cam Ward. I would say we don't want to be up here any longer, or they do fall in love with Shedeur Sanders. With all due respect to Will Levis, I know we have these conversations over and over and over again that you have to be patient. You have to believe in your guy. They unfortunately didn't draft him.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at 10 a.m. on 1580. The Fanatic.
Fanatic. You know, I hate AI stuff when I see AI videos or AI photographs on the social media. I hate that. I just hate that. You know, all this video with some seal with barnacles on it, and these Russian sailors are hosing it off. It's all just so fake and horrible. And I got a thing I used to do for a while. Every time I'd see one, I would type in all caps, "Holy effing bleep." And that was the message they put on every single one, just trying to make my point. And then somebody say, "What?" I'd be like, "Oh, this is how I feel anytime I see AI." And then I realized, well, the biometrics or whatever of the sites thought I loved that stuff because I kept commenting on it. And so then my feed became a flood of all these horrible fake AI videos. So now I just started blocking every single site that sends it, hoping to change the course of my life.
It'll never happen.
Because now all I see is old people with a birthday cake sitting there crying, saying, "I made a birthday cake. No one loves me." Or somebody doing woodwork saying, "I made this woodwork, but nobody likes it." Animals doing ridiculous things or having stuff encrusted all over them. So much. It was just horrible. I made it worse by trying to protest it. I made it worse.
All you had to do was just block it when you saw it. That's all you had to do.
That's what I should have done from the beginning.
You just couldn't leave it alone, could you, Jeffco?
Well, I mean, I hate it. So
it just got the best of you, didn't
I
it?
just wanted to just sort of make a point for the idiots who go, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing. This is so, oh my God, nature's so wonderful." Hey, idiot, there's nothing nature about that. It's AI. You moron. And so yeah, I learned the hard way. The best thing to do is just keep blocking, and then they'll stop trying.
They'll leave you alone after a while.
Yeah. So much for that. Kind of like with the LeVar Ball thing. We didn't talk about him forever, right? We hadn't even thought about him.
And then he just shows up again.
Right. He shows up again, and he has this operation for his foot. We're thinking, Yeah, it's got to be diabetes.
Old Stumpy. Yeah.
Got to be diabetes.
Right,
And so then, a microphone somebody thought was a good idea to put in front of his face.
Oh, no.
He started up again.
Oh, come on. LeVar Ball rocks, dude.
Remember when he said he could beat Michael Jordan one-on-one in basketball?
It was one of the best media runs of all time.
Yeah. Well, now he's doubling down saying I could beat Michael Jordan one-on-one with 1 foot.
Oh, no. Come on, Stumpy.
I love it, dude.
The microphone away. He says he can't stop me one-on-one. He better make every shot count because he can't go around me. He's not fast enough. And he can only make so many shots outside before I make every bucket under the rim.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, you're going to do a lot of pivoting, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yep. Michael don't have to go around. He'll jump over you, Jack.
I don't know. This is just
come on, LeVar.
Hopefully,
quit being ridiculous.
Maybe LeVar's right. Maybe he just only needs 1 foot. Maybe he's just freakishly athletic on 1 foot somehow.
Michael Jordan wouldn't go within 3 miles of this guy.
No.
I don't think he could beat me one-legged.
I
don't
think
know.
Michael Jordan would light up a cigar and then take it to him, just
You know,
right there.
Maybe LeVar
He
was
probably
one of
would
those
just
guys.
to show him how stupid he is.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe LeVar was one of those guys. Like he averaged 2.6 points per game, but it was like a really impressive 2.6 points per game.
Meaning what? He did some spectacular dunk or something?
He took
Yeah.
out the trash underneath. That's
he
what
was
he
he
ever
was the
did.
glue guy, right? He did what was beyond
He
the box
snorted
score.
glue. Listen, LeVar Ball, this is his last gasp, and then hopefully that's it.
Come
We
on,
don't-
Stumpy. Just go have a seat.
As long as his sons are involved. I mean, his other son, Leangelo, made that hit song that's like blowing up. As long as they're
I don't know
around.
what song that is.
Yeah, it's a Gen Z thing. I think it's called Tweaker. I think
Oh
it's
yeah,
called
yeah. Tweaker.
Tweaker.
Well, his oldest son, he's not doing well. I mean,
Yeah.
his knees are just destroyed.
Yeah, it's a bummer. He's back though. He's
So that's LaMelo is playing, and Gello is the singer.
Jello's the rapper. Yeah,
Jello.
Jello. Yep, Jello.
What are you doing naming a kid Jello?
Ask LeVar. I don't know.
That had to be pre Bill Cosby. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, LeVar said that actually Jello had the most potential because of how naturally strong he was as a basketball player. And he did go to UCLA for a brief stint, but so I don't know. Obviously, he's found a great career in rap. All the power to him.
Fantastic. Let's let this be the last time we talk about LeVar Ball. I think this just needs to be the end. I don't care about Leangelo or LaMelo or Jello or Pudding Pop. I don't care about any of them. But anyway, so yeah, somebody made that mistake. Same mistake I made. 888-368-1580. Bear Claw says maybe LeVar wanted half price on his shoes. Well, yeah, I don't think that they let you do that. Unless, let's say if my left foot gets cut off, I'm going to make friends with somebody, who
That has
only
the
has
right
a left foot.
Yeah.
No, I got the right foot. They got the left foot. And
Right.
then they also have to be somebody who's missing a foot that's the same shoe size.
Yeah.
Who's
gonna
going to
be-
have a size
that's-
11 wide and they only need one?
That's going to be
I
a
mean,
tough ask right there, Jeffco.
The amount of relatability that you can
but-
find.
350 million
friendship.
people in this country. I feel
Uh-huh.
like it might be achievable.
Have an idea. Maybe open up a Facebook account
Mhm.
for one-footed people.
Yeah.
And put out like an ad. Hi, my name's Jeffrey O'Brien.
Sure.
I have a left foot,
Mhm.
11 wide, seeking man with right foot, 11
Ooh,
wide.
that starts to
Let's
sound
get
kinky.
together and
Have a
buy
couple
our
beers.
shoes.
Yeah, no.
Let's get together and buy our shoes.
Buy our shoes together. Make an academy trip.
Now that you put
A
it that
Walmart
way,
trip.
I feel like if I lost a foot, if I lose a foot, then I'm just going to, once I get the one I like, I'll take the one and just randomly throw it out of car windows and drive.
Ooh.
So
as
that
you're
people are
just
like,
driving? Yeah.
why is this brand new shoe just sitting here? What?
Right?
And let people have
Where's
their
the
own
other
little
one?
mysteries to solve.
Yeah. Where's the other one?
You're not going to donate it.
I
You're
feel
just gonna
like
throw
if
it
I
out the
try
car
to
window?
donate it or do what Randy said, I'm going to run into somebody with some kind of weird fetish. I don't need that in my life.
Handsome man from Phoenix with one foot
Yeah.
seeks handsome man with the opposite foot.
Handsome is irrelevant to feet.
Looking for a friend.
Looking for a shoe swap.
Yeah.
Moist one quoting lyrics. I might swerve bend that corner. Okay. Beer Bob says, I thought the Ball Sons had terrible injury histories. I guess Dad had to one-up them again.
No, I think LaMelo is the one playing in Charlotte,
he
right?
gets a lot of injuries.
LaMelo?
Or is it LiAngelo?
Lonzo is the one.
Dear God, how many kids does he have?
Well,
3.
I think they're named after the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, they would be.
It's got LiAngelo, Michelangelo,
yeah.
LaMelo,
I do.
and then LeVar.
I wish they would go away.
Longines.
Random texter says, if LeVar Ball could beat Michael Jordan with 1 foot, how come he had to make his own shoe? One that I don't think did very well, did it? Yeah,
No.
That's the thing. You're LeVar Ball. You're wearing your own shoe that falls apart as you walk.
Right.
That's even worse look.
Somewhere in LA, there's a warehouse full of those shoes.
Boomer Sooner says, who's this H guy? No pizza?
Oh, he
What?
likes pizza. He likes sausage pizza.
Yeah, he said he likes sausage on his pizza.
I think
Yeah.
Boomer Sooner has asked who I am. I think this is like the 4th time.
Boomer Sooner, this is
yeah.
Triple H. This is the newest edition of the show. And you're
Triple
going to have to
H.
get used to it.
It's Triple
And he's
H, Boomer Sooner.
ASU Sun Devil.
Also,
and
yeah.
he's a basketball player,
And-
and he comes from a small farm in Iowa. Now, that's all you need to know.
Well,
Boomer Sooner.
A lot
Tennessee,
of what you
but
just said
close
is
enough.
not correct.
What do you mean?
Much of what
Tennessee,
you said is
not
not
Iowa.
correct.
Tennessee.
I thought I said all the
He,
good
he
stuff.
grew up on a farm in Tennessee. He
Exactly
never played
what I
basketball
said.
in college. What are you
Exactly
talking
what I
about?
said.
High school.
I never
school.
played basketball I never said that. I
Yeah,
said
you
he
did.
went to ASU. He's a Sun Devil. He went to ASU.
I was a known intramural hooper though.
Which means he's bad at it.
not
888-368-1580. Tuck says, I don't like to project ill will on anyone, but the irony that LeVar loses his foot and the oldest Ball kid has long-term foot and leg issues after he claimed the BB brand shoe was the next Jordan. That's amusing. Do you think that LeVar's foot amputation was caused by the BB brand? They could never tell you that.
I did think of that.
I ain't wearing them shoes.
Crossed my mind.
Hamilton Porter says, so can we get LeVar Ball versus Dion in a 100-yard dash at halftime of the first Colorado game? Well, see, Dion's just missing some toes. It's not really the same thing.
Yeah.
Once he gets his foot amputated, now we can make that happen.
Well, Dion's going to have to unload all the necklaces and all the gold and stuff. That'll weigh him down.
Well,
That's a lot.
he'll have to have somebody hold it because if he leaves it in the car, it's going to get stolen.
It's true. It's true.
I'm sure he has guys for that.
Navy Brad says, isn't Triple H married to Stephanie McMahon?
No, he's sitting right here in our
Sitting right
studio.
here. The
This
real
is,
Triple H is
this
standing right
is-
here.
This is Harris Hooligan Hicks. I don't remember your middle name.
I think his middle name was Hooligan.
Holland,
Holland.
but you're actually not the first person to call me a hooligan.
Hooligan ain't bad.
I don't think I'm a hooligan personally, but there
Well,
are
it's the
people that
irony
do.
of it because you're totally a nerd.
Yeah,
Harris
I can get
Hooligan
with that.
Hicks is not married to anybody. He's single. He's very, very single. He's been single for a long, long time.
Actually,
and
single and ready
if you
to
listen
mingle.
to his personality, it's pretty obvious why.
I've got an update on that.
Oh, what's that?
Recently, just got a girlfriend.
You
What?
just got a girlfriend? Remember being that young where like one day you didn't have a girlfriend, the next day you had a girlfriend?
Next day, yeah. There. And then
Oh,
she showed up
congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So
Thank
Either
you.
that or he's always had a girlfriend. She just found out about the
Now,
show.
is this Triple H? Is this a continuation or is this brand new? If we're doing Love Talk, I get to play the music. So go ahead. Take as long as you'd like because that's when I get to play the music.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is we've been talking. We were friends.
Where'd you
for a
find her,
while.
online or in person?
No, she went to GCU.
Oh,
Yeah,
the publicly traded university.
the publicly traded university,
Christian University.
private Christian affordable. That's right.
Mhm.
Um,
Just like, and then Harris is like, funny, that's also my nickname. And then bam, they hit it off.
Yep, and then that was it. The fireworks were off. There you go.
So what's her name? Can you tell us her name?
I am actually not. I have
Oh.
a fear of the fourth dimension.
Then just give her a nickname.
Wanda.
Mrs. Triple H.
Oh, Mrs.
Miss
Oh,
Triple
well,
H. Miss
hey,
Triple H.
Yeah,
not
let us take
Miss
you
Triple
aside
H.
and say it's a bad idea.
Miss
almost-
Triple H.
Well, that was a quick.
That was a
almost-
really disastrous typo. Miss
Almost
Triple
passed
H.
out. Wow.
Yeah.
Is she
All right.
listening right now?
I don't know actually. She is
Is she still?
working.
Is
If
she
you
still at
are,
GCU
if you
or-
are, text in
Just graduated.
368-1580. Whistling Gerbils, I couldn't read that on even a good day. I can't read that. Anyway, so here's a question. Now that we're all betrothed, we all have gals, and and now you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
I don't know how the answer would have been like last time we talked to you, but is flirting with someone else cheating?
While being in a relationship, I would
Yes.
say.
Is flirting with someone else cheating?
I wouldn't consider it like cheating by complete definition, but I would refrain from it.
Well, it's not about what you do. What if you come around the corner and the gal is chatting somebody up and being kind of flirty? Do you feel like that's cheating then?
Well, it's all about the heart, Jeffrey. It's all about the heart. And my question is, what's
you
your
start
intention?
quoting B Light and say the groove is in the heart.
What's your intention by flirting? What are you trying to get at him? That's my question.
You can't define intention honestly. So somebody gets caught flirting, you can say, "Oh, I didn't intend that." And you're like, "Uh-huh." But a new poll of 2,000 adults found half Americans would potentially dump you if you did that. I kind of feel like it is cheating. I do.
I can get with that. Yeah.
Because what are you doing? And some people say, well, it's a little harmless flirting. It's not harmless. It's the same thing as like chatting with some gal online when you've got a girlfriend or a wife.
What's your intention? That's my question.
So it's also level of relationship. If you're married and you are flirting, that's more cheating than if you're just boyfriend, girlfriend, and you happen to flirt with somebody.
Right.
Boyfriend, girlfriend, not quite as serious as engaged, not quite as serious as married.
Right.
So, I guess I almost say it almost depends on the relationship.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you could say that. Do I think it's like the definition of cheating? No, but I think it could very much lead to cheating, which we wouldn't want that. Also, if you are with a girl, my question is, if you are with a girl and committed to her, why are you flirting with someone else? That's my question.
Right.
It happens to us.
The same thing with if you cheat on somebody, it's like, just break up with them. Break up with them before you do that.
Yeah.
Because if you're at a point where you're thinking about doing that, then you shouldn't be in the relationship. It's already over, at least on your side of the fence. Don't just hedge your bets and like, well, that ain't right. That's immoral. But, I don't think there is harmless flirting. I think if you're in a place where you're flirting, you're in the same place where, given the opportunity, boom, all of a sudden you're cheating. So
that's a great take, Jeffrey.
The tough part, though, is as men, sometimes we don't realize that it looks like we're flirting. If like we're like, "Hi, how are you?" Friendly, boom, boom. Somebody might look at that and say, "You're flirting." Like, whoa! I wasn't flirting. I was just being friendly. So that could bite you on the butt too.
Yeah, and that takes a certain amount of patience and trust with the girl. Like, if you say it's not flirting, is she going to trust you, or is she going to say, okay, and in the back of her mind, try to say, oh, well, you can't talk to this person, you can't talk to this person. Trust. There was
a woman who they were at a restaurant, and the waitress called her husband sweetheart. Kind of like a Denny's waitress was like, "Hey, hon, how are you?" "Okay, sweetheart, I'll get that for you."
That's a Southern thing.
So this woman said, "You put the money down and then put no tip because you called my husband sweetheart," and didn't tip her for it.
Really?
Some people were like, "Yeah, you shouldn't call your husband sweetheart," and everybody else is like, "What's wrong with you? That's what waitresses do."
Well, I grew up in the South, and everyone did that.
Sweetheart,
sweetie, that was thrown around all the time.
Well, I guess also regionally, these things are either going to be noticeable or not noticeable. But I don't know, man. I mean, it's know the expectations and thought processes of the person you're with, and but I'm to be honest, if I came around the corner and I saw my wife being flirty, I'd kind of feel like I was getting cheated on.
It would hurt. It would hurt, man. Yeah.
And and it's funny. She might see me flirting and be like, whatever. She's like, I don't even care.
I don't know the woman, but
she's like, you know what? You as if you had a chance, O'Brien. You know what I mean? He's harmless. You know what I mean? But no, I don't rubberneck. I keep my mind on my own paper. You know what I'm saying?
Respect.
Boomer Sooner says, Oh, he he was trying to text something, and then he says, "Forget it, I butchered it." Okay. Moist One says, "Know your significant other's thought process." You know what I'm saying?
Good advice.
But go for it, Harris. You sow those Holland oats. That
Thank
was
you.
really bad. Holland
Yeah.
oats, Holland oats, Holland oats.
Oh, swing and a miss. But you got two other options for it.
Wow.
Two other chances for it. It's a strikeout.
George, I can't read that. Whistling Gerbil, I can't read that. Wilbur says, does your girl have a tag on the side of her that says inflate to only 50 psi?
Wow.
Man, Wilbur, he was being cool with you. Nice to you earlier. He was like on
I've
your
talked up your
side
school, Wilbur. I'm heartbroken.
with your 10-team conferences. He was all about that. And now you
Just
that's how
turned
you
on me
repay
out
him?
of nowhere. Ultimate betrayal.
Alan
No
Porter,
reason.
though, same thought. Oh, so Harris's package from Russia finally arrived.
Wow.
Did you hear there's a guy? Oh my God. And then I know we're late for a break, but there's this guy, college kid in China, and he accidentally starts this fire in his dorm room. Here's what happened. Because he was trying to hide his sex doll from his roommate.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he had his inflatable girlfriend out. His roommate comes home. He's like, and so he snuck the inflatable doll into the hallway and tried to destroy the evidence by setting her on fire. Now, why he didn't just deflate her, I don't know. But then the hallway filled with smoke, set off the alarm. Roommate came out. Everybody in the building found out because now they see this flaming inflatable sex doll.
Oh no.
And so the security guard called the fire department. Nobody was hurt, but well, his reputation. And guess what? He's never going to get to do ever. He's going to have to leave town is what he's going to have to do. He might have to leave China. He might have to leave the country.
Oh
boy.
man.
Anyway, Chosen One says flirting is about intent. If you're being friendly, it's okay. If you have bad intentions, it's cheating.
Define friendly flirting, though.
And then,
That's my
how
question.
can you
How can you flirt and be friendly?
and how can you actually prove intent one direction or another? All they
Yeah.
can do is take your word for it. But if they see you flirting with some gal, your word is gonna suffer a little bit
Yeah.
in that conversation.
Totally.
Just
Yeah.
better if you got a gal, don't flirt with other women. How hard is that?
Yeah, that gal's committed to you, man. She loves you. That's an ultimate compliment.
Boomer Sooner says, the world's gotten very hard. I can talk to a young lady and I'm guilty of what I don't know, but I'm guilty. Boomer Sooner was recently unmarried. So,
Oh man.
that's where that's coming from.
Hey, Boomer
Um,
Sooner, stick with it, man. Stick with it. You got this.
We've got to take a break. We'll be back. More of the Daily Blender after this here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZQuil.
ZQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZQuil nights. Explore our products at ZQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors.
Use as directed. Vapo Stick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max use for adults only.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-859-3220. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-859-3220. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-859-3220. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-859-3220. 800-859-3220 or biglou.com.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text AREA to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text AREA to 42424. That's AREA to 42424. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This is Brian Musburger. Don't miss Betting Across America, Saturdays at 11 a.m. right here on Arizona Sports Betting Station, 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
It's Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. And, Harris, you're doing a fine job. You're doing a fine job. Maybe don't fade the music that fast. I like to listen to some of the music a little bit before I talk.
Got it. Okay.
If you fade too fast, I won't get to enjoy it.
No, that's fair. That's
what you got to do is right when I start talking, then you kind of duck it a little bit there. But Randy puts in some great music into this. So sometimes I just like to jam. Don't worry, I'm not going to dance or sing. Just maybe I'll jam a little bit.
Yeah, totally.
He does like to jam. He does like to jam.
Randy, I saw you snuck another piece of music in the other day.
Oh yeah, I've been putting in ever since you outed me on the radio. I about
for
music.
Which thing?
Music. Putting music in.
Okay, yeah.
I've been I noticed something and I fix it up and send it in. Yeah.
I kind of miss some of my old rock alternative music we used to have. We have a bunch of it, but some of that seems to have gone bye-bye. I'm like, oh.
Well, I haven't taken anything out. So there's 200 cuts almost in one, and there's another like 150 in the other.
Hey, remember during COVID when we did the like a 30-day challenge thing where we added music to it, or I can't remember. That was on Spotify. People loved that. I wonder if we should do a Daily Blender album, of like our favorite songs.
We did
I'm going to put a ton of Nickelback songs on there when you're not looking.
That's a good way to get fired. If you're trying so you can collect unemployment, that's the way to go.
I'm just really starting to like you, man.
You know what? When Eric Cohen tried that nonsense,
I'm sorry,
guess what I didn't do?
Breaks my heart.
I didn't add the stuff he said. And he got mad. He's like, hey, I don't understand. I wanted that music in there. That means something to me. I'm like, okay. Nope.
So we had the texters, they sent in lists. It was like the texters Classic Rock Friday.
That's it. Classic Rock Friday. We did we have a mix of that on Spotify, and then we had our favorites on Spotify. But I don't know. I feel like we could come up with another good playlist.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. You mean on Spotify? Or?
It's not like we don't have enough to do. I'm just saying it was. It's fun. It's just kind of fun.
But see, I have such a broad cornucopia of musical tastes.
Yeah, like if you try to throw disco music in there, vetoed. Well, see, Jeffrey O'Brien, have veto power.
I don't go ABBA. I mean, sometimes I like a little Tony Bennett. Sometimes I like Fleetwood Mac. Sometimes I like the Foo Fighters.
Mm-hmm.
It just I've got some classical stuff, a little Beethoven and Boston Pops.
Yes, well, okay. Andy, so none of that's going to make this mix. I think what we have to agree to is within a certain structure of rock and roll. You know what I mean? Now, rock and roll can be rock alternative. Rock and roll can be current pop. It can be, Yeah, so if you start to drift off into jazz or classical music, not that I mind that. It just let's just keep the mix relevant, and so where you listen to it, and you're like, this all fits together.
I mean, of course, I would keep it relevant to what we were doing. I'm just saying, it'd be hard for me to kind of pick.
I don't want to go from like a real banger to.
You mean the Star Wars soundtrack?
No, that's something else. I don't know.
Soundtrack.
That's that song they put in all the movies where they're German fighting or something.
Randy, it puts a smile on my face that you mentioned classical music, because my favorite type of music that I listen to constantly is classical music.
Classical music, you like to listen to that?
I listen to tons of classical piano.
Hey, Harris, maybe don't mention that to the new girl for a while.
She knows. She knows.
Because listen, your age, if she comes over to your apartment and you open the door and you got classical music in the background, she's thinking he's a poser or a serial killer. One of those two things, and she's gonna be like, "Oh, we should meet in public."
Not true. It puts me in a state of peace. I love classical music. Beethoven's cool, but I do like some rock and roll too. I like a good balance. Country music, which I know is a no-no on the show, but
absolutely no country music.
I'm from Tennessee.
I get it.
Come on now, I gotta say it.
Yeah, but we will not allow that on there. No country, no Nickelback, none of those things we've already talked about.
No Creed either.
We could come together with a pretty good mix.
Did you say come together? Which one, Aerosmith or the Beatles?
Beatles, of course.
Okay, all right.
I got a lot of love for Aerosmith, but no, it's a Beatles song.
Aerosmith rocks. One of the best Super Bowl halftime shows.
That
ever.
was fun.
Aerosmith.
Yeah. Oh yeah, come on.
He can't do that anymore.
Yeah,
he went from being a rock star to looking like everybody's coolest grandma, and his voice is shot.
Oh man, but it was a great run.
Can I say?
But yeah.
There's a certain point where somebody needs to put their arm around you and say, hey, Paul McCartney, maybe you don't have the vocal range to sing this song on Saturday Night Live anymore.
Yeah.
There's other guys who it's the same thing. When Paul Simon went on there with whatever her name was, Sabrina Carpenter, and you're like, okay, love you, but you don't have that voice anymore, and it's just making the rest of us sad. Let's not.
Yeah. So, what about Creedence Clearwater Revival? Do you like that one, Jeffrey?
There's a bathroom on the right.
Oh, I was more thinking about something along
Put
the
me
lines
in, Coach.
of no, that's John Fogerty. But I was thinking
same
something
thing
along this, like the Run Through the Jungle.
You got to run through. I like that song.
It's not it. Yeah, well, I thought
that was in every Vietnam movie I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
I was like, where's that coming from? I was like looking out the window, like, what is that?
That's me. Yeah, this is Run Through
Randy
the Jungle.
has his own music mix.
Yes, I picked up on it. I was at first, I was like, oh, where's? But
it's the magic of radio.
It is magic.
Anyway, so I don't know. Maybe we should start a mix-up. We should start a mix-up. But I have full veto power and I'll be the one that you send in your ideas and thoughts to, and then I'll make it happen on the thing.
All right.
I have to protect everyone else from your guys' perverse musical tastes outside of our.
You mean Harris and I, or
yes,
really,
and of course the fourth dimension
are perverse. Perverse.
That's aggressive.
You call this perverse? I don't understand how.
I like the Teenage Wasteland, even though it's called Baba something.
Baba O'Reilly.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Playing an air guitar.
Yeah. No, I didn't say that. No, this is good. I mean, some of your other stuff, Man, all of a sudden I just see Harris as Christian Bale in that movie, American Psycho. Instead of Huey Lewis in the News, he's in there playing classical music as people walk in going, I need to call my mom. It's frightening. Boomer Sooner says, did anyone watch Saturday Night Live 50th? Yeah, me and my wife, we watched that over a couple of nights. Yes, it was all right. I don't know if I'd say it was awesome. It was okay. It was pretty good. Hamilton Porter says, who looks worse, Steven Tyler or Mick Jagger?
Yes.
Well, Steven Tyler, because Mick Jagger still looks like Mick Jagger.
Does he?
A little wrinkly. Steven Tyler looks.
I have a friend that's named Jagger after Mick Jagger.
That's cool.
Really?
Pretty cool.
That's cool. It's very 90s or 2000s.
Pretty sick.
Yeah, that's named by a Gen X or millennial, I think. Swave Dave says, Jeffrey, are you calling Harris a serial killer poser? No, I'm just saying he could be mistaken for one. Like I'd be nervous.
I have not killed anybody. That's exactly what a serial killer would say, but I have not. Just putting it out there.
True. That's you probably doesn't even matter if you say it.
Yeah.
Chosen One says best background date music: Frank Sinatra, Santana, Pink Floyd.
What?
Well, probably Frank Sinatra.
I love Frank Sinatra.
You play some 40s music in the background, then it's like, oh, that's cool, kind of quirky.
Yeah.
You sit there with classical music, and they're like, what the hell's going on here?
No, I don't think so. Not in my experience.
Moist One says classical music. That's how I know Harris' stroke game is on point. Oh, you golf?
Excuse me? Stroke game?
I think
I don't think I know what he means, but I'm not going to. We'll say he's talking about golf.
Slow Mo Zo says, Harris, what's your take on Taylor Swift? You're at the right age.
I'm a Swift neutral. Swift neutral.
You coward.
Yep, Swift neutral. Don't love her, don't hate her, just kind of in the middle. She makes her old music's good.
Kiss the Cook says Steven Tyler looks like a mix of catfish and big mouth bass.
Yep. Yep.
Navy Brad says, I will say, back on my first ship, we caught a guy in the berthing with an inflatable lady once.
Hello.
Oh, leave that guy alone. I mean, you know how it is on a boat. Big George says, Harris, whatever you do not introduce your girlfriend to the Moist One.
I won't.
He figured
absolutely
that out.
Won't.
He figured that out day one.
But thank you for the idea. I appreciate you looking out for me.
Oh, Fish Tank, you should take that. He says Flaming Sex Doll might be a great band name. Oh yeah, change your band's name from Light Sleeper to Flaming Sex Doll. Oh, huge! You see that on a poster? Everybody's going to come watch.
Oh boy, yeah.
Just a tip says, hey, listen, just a big time, long time Big 12 supporter, support Big 12, SEC sports SEC. I really don't see any reason to support any college SEC team, that have is win. Oh, he almost had a fully sober thought there, and it got
just
away from
fumbled.
He says problem with restricting any college association is the generational support. So that's what he meant by that.
Oh, still don't. Yeah, yeah, that's okay.
We got to step aside. Hour 3 is next. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Progressive presents a testimonial of sorts.
Hey, slow down! Oh, yeah? Will you drive like my grandma? She's a very attentive and courteous driver who wears her seatbelt and always uses the turn signals. She's also a talented painter and has very low cholesterol. Not that that has anything to do with her drive. We just thought a more complete picture of who she is might be interesting. Anyway, have a nice day.
Safe driver? Get Snapshot from Progressive and get a personalized rate based on how you drive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents. Surcharge possible for unsafe driving.
Everybody's got a podcast these days. Comedy, politics, true crime, you name it. But how many actually teach you anything useful? Harman Solar has an entertaining podcast that is vital if you've been thinking about looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Ralph and Ben explore the intricacies of utilities, equipment, processes, and more. Their primary objective is to educate and empower you to make informed decisions on your solar journey. So increase your knowledge, not your bills. Go check it out right now. It's the Harman Solar Podcast at harmansolar.com.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Multivitamins are your partners in health. Their nutrients are key to your daily well-being, especially if you're planning to become pregnant. A multivitamin rich in folic acid can help you have a healthier pregnancy and prevent birth defects. That's why the Arizona Department of Health Services is offering a free 3-month supply of daily vitamins with folic acid. To get your free vitamins, go to azdhs.gov/PowerMeA2Z.
Sponsored by the Arizona Department of Health Services.
Your best plan to retire might be right under your roof. This is Rob Canier, and for over 20 years, I've helped people discover how they can utilize a portion of their equity in their home as a coordinated strategy in retirement planning, thus creating additional monthly cash flow, paying less taxes, and making their retirement assets last longer. This is a safe retirement strategy for qualified owners age 62 and older. All you have to do is reverse your thinking. Call me, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, where every nail-biting overtime win, breakaway, pick six, three-point shot, underdog win, buzzer beater, shootout, walk-off, and absolutely every play in between is amazing. From football to basketball and hockey to baseball, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Harris Hicks in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. You'll be broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And if you're watching on the YouTube video, Harris, we're gonna probably have to try another light. We tried to put a little light in front of him. It didn't seem to penetrate. Granted, it was just a cluster of white Christmas lights we had that I just sort of stuck there to see if it would at least glow a little bit. It did a little bit, but he still looks like a guy on like 60 Minutes who's like, well, I just tried salt.
There you go,
Oh,
Harris.
that's funny.
I don't have
Oh,
my
Randy,
identity
thank
out
you.
there.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
How's
People
that
can see
helping?
me
Is that
clearly.
helping at all?
It's
or-
helping.
I can't see the road, Randy. Stop.
okay.
Oh,
Sorry
geez.
about
Helping
that.
greatly.
You're gonna crash people.
Yeah.
Oh,
I like the intention though, Randy. The heart is
Listen,
there.
I'm always trying to help.
Yeah.
Always trying to be helpful.
Always.
well, we'll get a proper light on you when next time I'm around. I just thought that might have been just enough. I didn't
Are
think we
you
needed
Gonna
much.
get one of those TikTok lights for him?
Yeah, I guess actually no. I think we have something like that. We do have
Like
something
one of
like
those
that.
little round ones?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know. what
But
you're
no
talking about. I have
dancing.
that. Actually, I may have that.
No
Yeah,
dancing.
and no wearing spandex, Triple H.
Well,
I
you
don't
wear
wear
spandex. We
spandex.
only see you from the neck up
Oh.
anyway.
I don't wear spandex,
Good.
luckily, but I do
Good.
like to dance.
All right.
So that's.
All right.
What kind of dancing do you like to dance there, Harris?
I told you I like doing the Dougie.
Yeah, we saw that. I mean, what do you dance well? I mean, what's what music?
I think I'm
do
like
you-
I'm all effort. I'm all volume, but no efficiency. If I'm being honest with you, I'm like
Mhm.
I do it a lot, but like I don't do it well. But I like to do it anyway.
All right,
You
you're a
know,
young man. I'm going to give you some advice. Take with you the rest of your life. And
All
if you
ears.
listen to this advice, you can't go wrong.
Okay,
Anytime she asks you to dance, the answer is yes,
totally,
no matter what.
totally
Even if you're like, I want to dance, always say yes.
true.
'Cause here's
Okay.
the secret. In my 11 years with my wife, whenever she asks me to dance, I say yes. Because when it's always available, they often don't want to. You see what I'm saying? If I say, I don't want to dance, then it becomes a thing. But yeah, here's the other thing. I'm ready to put up. I'm ready to get out there and dance anyway. But I
Right.
have found that because I'm always willing to do it, she's less likely to want it. That might be more about my quality as a dancer. Now that I think about it.
Okay, yeah.
But still,
Well,
the best thing for the relationship, if she asks, you always say yes. Now, if she loves dancing, you're going to be dancing a lot. But if she's on the fence, she's going to be like, it's a good man.
I'll say this: she really likes to dance. She does. She likes
Well,
dance. She's really good at it.
Oh, there's another song, Don Henley. All she wants to do is dance.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
She
Uh,
Spanish music. That's her thing.
No, Don Henley was in the Eagles, not Spanish music.
She'll get along with Jeffrey because I don't know if you know this, Harris, but and Jeffrey doesn't like to talk about it. He's classically trained flamenco dancer.
What's a flamenco dancer? What's that?
Flamenco.
I've never heard of that. Educate me.
No, I can't educate you. The master.
I'll put on the suit.
The master.
Do you
will have
dress
to-
as a flamingo and just start?
no, it's not a
your arms?
flamingo.
Child,
It's
there's
a
ruffles involved, but come on.
You start
Flamenco
just
dancer.
waving your arms like a flamingo.
No.
More sophisticated than that.
No, Jet. He didn't say he likes to do the doggy. He says the Dougie. It's a dance. It's a hip hop dance, I think. Or something.
Close enough.
Navy Brad says Rush is the best band ever. Hail the Kings. Okay, we're not doing this now.
No.
But thanks, Navy Brad. Yeah. When we will do it, Navy Brad. We will do it. I just don't know what we're looking for yet. I'll define what we want this new mix of music to be. Just what do you want to call it? Blender road trip? Get everybody's favorite road trip music on it.
See, that's good because the summer's coming up. Everybody's going to leave the all of the abomination of a Phoenix summer and go to cooler areas. So they're going to have some tunes to get on the road. That's excellent.
Here's what we'll
Once
do.
again, Jeff.
We will start the Blender Road Trip Spotify album, and you can't text it in. You can text it in and tell us. We can talk about it. But you have to actually email in blender at 1580thefanatic.com for your entry to be considered.
Yeah.
Mostly because I'm not going to go back and search through all these damn texts. We have almost 2,000 texters. I'm not going back through that.
No.
But if you want your mix in, you're like, hey, here's a good song. And please don't flood me with 100 songs. And don't flood me with 100 different emails of the same song. Just, be reasonable. A few songs, 5 tops. How's that?
Are we
I was just
using
going to say
Spotify?
10, but okay, 5.
So everybody sends in their top 10 road songs, and then we will create a good mix from that. Okay, all right, I can play that. I don't mean everybody's 10 are going to get in, but make sure your favorite one is on top. How's that?
Yeah.
And then oh geez, this is a lot of work for me. I just realized
This is a lot of work, Jeffrey. This is a big thing. Yeah.
But Randy and I came up from music radio. We both spent time as music directors, and we can make decisions on music really quick.
Oh yeah.
Can you guys sing?
What is that?
No,
What?
that's
It has nothing to do with singing.
We have
Maybe-
the perfect. We have
Maybe
the
if there
perfect place
wasn't a
for radio.
song playing. That's
No,
fine.
I don't. I can sing like I can imitate people in parodies, but I can't sing for real with my own voice.
Jeffrey's actually had a local hit.
Really?
Yeah, on KDKB a long time ago, I did a parody back. It was '93 of Billy Ray Cyrus's "Achy Breaky Heart." I did "Icky Sticky Fart."
Okay.
And they played that on KDKB till the thing wore out.
Really?
Yeah. I tried to get a copy of it from one of those guys, but they were jerks to me about it. So I don't know if I have a copy anywhere. I'd have to really look for it.
Yeah.
But no, I can do parody. I can sing like someone else. I can't sing like me because I sing badly. Moist One says, "Your Love" by The Outfield. Not bad. I don't know if that's really a road trip song. Bruno Baller wants the update. What sports teams does Harris like? All right, rattle them off. Top 4.
All
Not
right.
about college.
Not about college. Oh, come on.
Well, it's not about college.
But he said sports teams.
He
He didn't
said
say
your
pro
top
teams.
4. I know what Bruno means. Anybody asks, hey, who are your teams? They could give crap about your college team. If you want to
Oh,
tag that
not
on at the end,
true.
go ahead.
Whatever. Okay. All right. I'll list my pro teams: Tennessee Titans, Memphis Grizzlies.
He just
Nashville-
wanted to lead with college because he knows we're laughing at him for the Titans thing.
Yeah, it's a rough time. It's rough.
I
But
mean,
we're
like the
getting through it.
entire time they've existed.
Triple H. I'm a Cardinal fan. There's nothing more rough than a Cardinal.
Yeah,
fan.
no, that's
Trust me.
that's
You both
fair.
have the same amount of Super Bowls.
That's not very nice, Jeffrey.
Yeah, but
Hurts
the
my
Cardinals have
feelings.
been around since 1947.
Which makes it
That is fair.
worse.
Yeah, that is a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Anyway, Nashville Predators hockey team, and don't have a baseball team, but I am a San Diego Padres fan as long as I work for them. So
Right. So as soon as the spring training's over, we'll see what happens.
I'm not gonna. No comment.
Soccer Mom Assassin says, "Icky sticky fart. My 12-year-old son thought that was pretty funny. I'm driving him to soccer practice." Oh, yeah. Hey, about that. Remember the part where we said maybe that's not a great idea to have us on the speakers? Like right now is okay, but who knows what's happening 5 minutes from now?
We don't know. We really don't know.
Hey, guess what? I was in Mom's car, and this guy on the radio said "icky sticky fart."
No, I had I not only did I do an imitation of Billy Ray Cyrus for that, and then I did a fart solo. I also did an imitation of Dolly Parton.
Really?
Yeah, she shows up at the end.
I was not aware that you did Dolly Parton.
Oh,
I know
yeah.
you've done the Queen.
One that's
Yeah,
from
but,
Tennessee. Big Dolly Parton guy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Chief Skull says, "Afternoon, guys. Is that Q-Tip version of a Triple H? What?
What?
No, this is the real.
Is that because he's got curly hair? Is that what you
Triple
mean?
H.
I guess I don't know what he's talking about.
The Jet says, I like to watch good dancing, especially when I'm giving them dollar bills. Shut up, Jet.
Oh,
Um,
man. You had to take
wow.
it there, didn't you?
Boomer Sooner says, yeah, coward Harry. Come on. It won't be
What?
flirting. I don't know what he's talking about.
I think he's talking about the flirting conversation we had in my take about flirting. Remember that?
Well,
Yeah.
I don't think that. I think he's trying to
He's a
mix
little-
metaphors over here.
I think he's trying to. Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
Big George says, can you ask Triple H if the youth of America is saying redick like Randy says they are?
Oh yeah, Redick. Yeah.
No, but
Harris has
not.
confirmed they are not.
But
Pretty
not
sure
yet.
The
Not
youths
ever.
Are they think that's bussing?
They don't.
The youths
They don't. They'd
think
like
it's
to have
bussing
you
say
bust to the
Redick.
nursing home.
Bro, you're bumming out my whole vibe here, Jack.
Chief Skull says, just Triple H's teams. Oof. He's got a lot to learn. No, see, that's not fair, Chief Skull, because, those are his teams. That's where he's from. And he's staying true to his fandom. So we have respect for people who stay true to their fandom.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a baseball team. So, yeah, we're going to try to talk him into the Arizona Diamondbacks. And he can also still appreciate and like the Suns, Cardinals, and if we ever get a hockey team back, but I have respect for a man who stands by his teams. Yeah, thank you very
There
much.
was no country.
Thick and thick, man. I've been through it. I've stayed loyal. 0 championships, but we're getting close.
There's a waiver on any song that the Blues Brothers sing. Then that's cool.
Okay, yeah.
It's not really country. If it's on the
Okay.
Blues Brothers album, it's okay.
Sure.
All right. Okay. So listen, Alex Ovechkin, we are keeping track, and turns out now he's closer than he was last time we talked about this. He scored another goal, so now he's 12 away from breaking Wayne Gretzky's all-time NHL record.
Really?
We live in exciting times.
We do.
Yeah.
What I don't know is how many more games are there left in the season. That was like the halfway point for the Four Nation Army. I don't know, circle jerk. What was that thing called?
Four Nations face off.
Thank you. So,
Far from it.
so no, it was amazing. I loved it. But
Yeah, it was awesome.
so.
NHL was great in it.
How many more games are left?
Well, those in the know, I guess, and it would come up with the stats and stuff. Say it's going to be in April.
So, like 25 says Moist One.
There's 25 games. So,
But you can't trust Moist One. So,
well,
we still need to look
Yeah.
it up.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
true.
I don't know. if you can trust
it's going to be. I think it's going to be sooner than April. The way he's been scoring goals lately, I think he wants to get this over with, and because there's going to be mounting pressure on him. Anytime one of these hallmark records fall, the guys that are trying to break the record, even though they may or may not be, trying to break it, they're just kind of going about their business and doing their job as a professional athlete. It gets more and more intense. So I don't know if he's going to break it in April.
24 games left is what I got.
He's only 12 away. I mean, a hat trick and a few more games, and you could just knock that right down. So,
Hey, Harris. Harris, by the way, the answer's not in your hair. You got to Google foo, man. You got to Google foo. I saw him there. He's looking up. I'm like, no. It's not
I was
curls, dude.
thinking, but yeah, sometimes the curls give me thoughts, give me answers.
I'm thinking that it's going to be sometime in March, and it's going to be very soon here. The way he's been
this
shooting
season
the puck.
faux show, as far as you're concerned.
As far as I'm concerned, yeah, this season is going to happen.
Yeah.
All right.
Random thought, but sort of on topic. Could you imagine? I wonder if they ever allow Russia to play in the Four Nations Classic.
They
for
would
nations
if
face-off.
they'd stop picking on Ukraine. I think.
Right. Yeah. I wonder if that, because if that happens, I mean, do you think the U.S. and Canada is a crazy game? Oh, U.S. and Russia would be nuts.
All of it.
All
would
of
be
it. Like
amazing.
highly, like personal game, political game. So,
and then
Sam.
it gets even better when Finland wins the whole damn thing. Everybody just like, what just
Could you
happened?
imagine? Oh, noble, peaceful Finland, little old harmless Finland.
Yeah, like that. You
no.
ever heard the Monty Python song? Finland.
Yeah.
Base Slapper says, "Oh, he's Russian. Boo." Harris isn't Russian. Wait,
I
are you
am
Russian?
the farthest thing from Russian.
What is your nationality down the line? there?
Actually, down the line, French and Scottish.
I think.
Wow,
I think,
you so like a very passionate smoker who won't tip.
I think
Very
he's talking-
rude. Very rude. Yeah. you
Rude
name it.
non-tipper.
Rude non-tipper. Yeah.
I think
Europeans
he
don't
might
tip.
be talking about Ovechkin.
I am
Oh.
talking about Ovechkin because he's yeah.
He is Russian.
Also,
I don't care, and I don't think Ovechkin cares about all that either. So I'm not punishing the player for what their country is doing. And now, for the record, I have said this in the past, way in the past when we've talked about Ovechkin before, and I think it really echoes now, doesn't it? Ovechkin, he's just a hockey player. He's not making decisions for Russia, and just like, hey, the United States players. They're just hockey players. They're not making decisions for the United States.
Right, totally.
So on the same thing, it's like, they're not, they're not the problem.
They're not the ones causing this. They should be able to play, I believe.
Uh-oh. Breaking news.
I'm just doing the hard-hitting journalism here.
Newsflash.
Oh.
This is breaking news.
Big George says the Arizona House of Representatives passed HB 2704, tax recapture bill that will fund renovations at Chase Field with bipartisan support today.
Wow.
35-25, and now it moves on to the Arizona Senate. If it passes there, it'll end up on the desk of Governor Katie Hobbs, who likes to veto everything. So I don't know what'll happen there. Don't know what'll happen there, but the bill says it'll recapture sales taxes collected at Chase Field, along with income taxes from team employees, back into the ballpark for upkeep. Oh, that's pretty good. So the people who work there, if they have to pay their taxes, it goes right back into the ballpark. That's actually cool. If I worked there, I'd be like, all right, that's cool. For the upkeep, it doesn't go to the team. But the Arizona Diamondbacks say Chase Field renovations will take 3 to 5 years and cost about $500 million.
Yeah.
And the team says they'll put in 200 to 300 million of its own money as well.
Really?
So they need to fix the air conditioning and the pipes and the plumbing and the concrete, and then video board, stuff, club
Of
seating.
course. I mean, they've got upstate. Yeah. Okay. Upgrade it to the current stuff. Yeah. Absolutely.
I think
Give it
it's
an
a good
upgrade.
overall a good decision.
Yeah, I don't like when taxpayer money goes to this stuff. I don't feel like it should go to this stuff.
I feel that. I hear you. We don't
I-
have a choice in it.
But if it's gonna happen anyway, all right. I mean, that's cool that some of those taxes, instead of going into, they just go right back to the ballpark. But yeah, I get itchy about that sort of thing. I think if you're a billionaire and you have your company and you own a team and you're making bazillions of dollars, pay for your own stuff.
And
Why
you're-
put that
yeah,
on the
from the
back
city.
of hardworking Americans, right?
Yeah, and there's a lot more stuff that the city has to worry about. A lot more stuff going on than building a multi-million-dollar stadium.
Wilbur,
there's a
we
lot
will
of stuff.
never put Pina Colada song on any mix ever.
No.
So forget it.
Yeah.
Moist one says income tax. Good thing I've been saving it in jars. What? Hefty Lefty says, does the city own Chase Field like they do the basketball arena?
The city does
I think
not.
so.
The county owns Chase Field.
Yeah.
Okay. Buffalo Mike says, Jeffrey, you mentioned KDKB radio. I graduated from Gilbert Junior High School. I don't know what that is. GJHS?
Gilbert Junior High School. No, I don't know what that is.
What does JG mean to you? GJ, I mean. He said, I don't know, you worked in
Gilbert
GJ.
Junior.
Yeah, I went to Gilbert
Potentially.
Junior High School in '84, but I moved to Mesa Mountain View after that. He says the Rockies are the first Colorado team that I've dropped. Go Diamondbacks. Oh, okay. So Buffalo Mike has decided to switch over to the Diamondbacks. You're allowed to do that now you live here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Agreed. Totally.
You shouldn't be bandwagoning and stuff,
The Diamondbacks are a fun team too. Like Cavallo's great. They got Corbin Carroll. They got these electric base runners. Come on. It's a fun team.
What is GJ?
I still think it's probably Gilbert Junior High School.
So you just only went to junior high?
I don't know. I don't know what he's talking about.
Navy Brad has
He just
already
skipped high school.
emailed in his tunes list, by the way.
Wow, good for you, Navy Brad.
He is on it. He is on it.
Soccer Mom Assassin says, "Oh, I know what you mean by not having the radio on during this show sometimes when the kids are in the car. Whenever you say Moist One says, I turn down the radio immediately." I have learned in my short time here that those texts are a crapshoot. Being either rated X or PG-13 or subtly disgusting. Bruno Baller says, "Born to be Wild" by Steppenwolf. That'd be a fit for road trip song. Oh, yeah, of course. Oh, yeah, get your motor running. Big George says, "The Diamondbacks are the one team that brings everyone together. Even Donnie's a Diamondbacks fan. That says something right there."
All right.
Does it, though?
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know what it says.
What does it really say, truly? Yeah.
What does it saying?
Moist One says he's got a problem with
Turn the volume down in the car.
Buffalo Mike. Oh, no, this one's clean.
Oh, okay. That's a first.
He's got a problem with Buffalo Mike changing his Colorado team from Rockies to Arizona Diamondbacks. He says, no, Diamondbacks are in the same division as the Rockies. It's gross.
Yeah. I mean, but also he moved here,
Yeah, if you actually live here, Moist One, and you decide to adopt this as your, if as long as you know you're not moving back anytime soon.
Every time I hear that name, when you say Moist, I just jump. Like I'm just like, whoa, what was that?
You'll get over it.
Yeah,
we
eventually
all do.
I'll numb it out and get over it. But yeah, it just makes me jump.
All right, we got to take a break. We come back. I got a few more things to do, and then we're going to talk some NFL football. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors. Use as directed. Vapo Stick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max, used for adults only.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Life is full of bright moments, but sometimes those moments can seem too far away. Trained and caring crisis specialists in Arizona can assist you with any situation, big or small. Free and confidential help is only one text away, day or night. Text the word HOPE to 4HOPE. That's HOPE to 44673. These moments matter, and so do you. This message is sponsored by Solari Crisis and Human Services.
Start a promising career in law enforcement with the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office. As an MCSO detention officer, you'll play a critical role in ensuring public safety for the 4th largest county in the United States. You'll also gain experience that can lead to a role on specialized teams like jail intelligence or special response, a leadership track, or a career as a recruit training officer. Every path comes with unlimited potential. Learn more at jobs.mcso.org. Honor the law. Serve the people. Sponsored by the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office.
The Rich Eisen Show.
The salary cap in the NFL is going up and going up by a lot. Now, a lot of folks may wonder, what does that mean for you and your team? Guess what? If it was $255 million last year, and it was, and it can go maybe up to $281 million this year, what that means is if you're going to start scrimping on a running back, you are a complete and total moron.
The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays at 10 a.m. on 1580. The Fanatic.
So Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Now I see the confusion. Now I get it. Hey, Randy. You're KDKB 93.3 used to be like a classic rock station. Now it's a rock alternative station.
It is.
But back in the day, it was Tim and Mark on KDKB. That's who I sent my song "Icky Sticky Fart" to.
Yeah.
And I actually gave Dave Pratt a shot at it, but Tim and Mark jumped on it first. So I'm like, okay, it's yours. But anyway, Buffalo Mike says, remember, he says, you mentioned KEKB. That's it. He thought I said KEKB, which is a country radio station in Grand Junction, Colorado.
Oh.
So no. I was talking about here in Phoenix, Buffalo Mike. He says, I graduated from Grand Junction High School. Oh.
I see. That makes
See
sense.
the G, because I went to Gilbert High School, junior high school, then moved to Mesa Mountain View early on in my high school career. So, but that was very oddly confusing, Buffalo Mike. Now it's all straightened out. But here's what he says. I've lived here for 9 years, and I am not moving back to Colorado.
There you go.
Diamondbacks, a totally appropriate move for you at this point.
Sure.
I'll be honest. I've heard great things about Colorado. It seems like in that statement, he didn't like Colorado.
So what
People
have
get
you
tired of
heard,
snow.
Triple
Yeah.
H, about Colorado that you like? What are these fine things you've heard about Colorado?
I heard that there's a city that they've built inside of a mountain, and then when the world gets destroyed, then like 20,000 people are going to live in there, and then the president's going to get murdered when he's in there.
Okay.
And
You're thinking of Denver.
No, it's Colorado.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, it's a show called
South
Paradise.
Park.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I have a friend.
That's all I know.
Yeah.
I have a friend that legitimately worked in South Park, Colorado.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Crazy. Anyway, what I've heard about Colorado, just the nature, like being out in nature, it's really beautiful.
We have nature here too, Harris.
Yeah, we have
We
a
do.
lot
We
of
do.
nature.
It just
Head
gets
on
really
up the
hot.
Pine Top and Flagstaff.
Yeah. Oh, I've been. It just gets really hot, Like the winters are awesome, but the summers can be tough.
It gets terrible here.
Yeah, we're getting ready to
I
hunker
mean,
down right now.
Yeah,
We really are.
I'm a homegrown Arizona guy,
Yeah.
born and
Yeah.
raised here.
I was born in Colorado.
Really?
Rocky Mountain.
Haven't been back. So see, it ain't so great, kid.
I guess not. Well, I've heard. I don't know.
Devil Hawk says, since all the kids are saying this, what ridic is? It's the fact that parents aren't vaccinating their kids from the measles. First kid died today from measles in West Texas. Measles was eradicated back in the year 2000, but the anti-vaxxers, they brought it back. Oh, this ain't that kind of show, Devil Hawk.
Yeah, not that type of show.
What do you have? Autism from your vaccines, Devil Hawk? I don't even.
No, but I've got rickets.
I got scurvy over here. Why do you think I'm eating an orange right now? So, remember the guy we told you about the other day that he's the rinkside reporter, and he's standing there and he take another puck right to the eyeball,
right to the face. Yeah,
and he goes, bleep, and it was the second time that had happened to him within the course of 1 year. So, checked in on this guy, and the next game, Buffalo Sabres rinkside reporter Rob Ray. He's given the notes before the game. This team's got to start to do this. They got to do that. And you're looking at where the heck? They're zoomed out, and they're like, you're looking at the ringside. Like, where? And they start to zoom in all the way up into section 300 at the very top of the arena. He's like, I'm sitting up here today.
Man,
who said hockey players were dumb?
Good for him. Why didn't he just put a goalie mask on? That's what I would have done.
Well, he's like, on TV, you need to see this pretty face. So,
right. He wanted the show, wanted the spotlight.
I thought that was kind
got to
of
save the moneymaker.
Yeah.
Hey, See, let me just say something real fast.
All right.
Bill Belichick, if this had
Yes.
been him, he would not have worried. He would have gotten on the plane.
Okay.
Nobody would have said a word to him. But
Okay.
Torts, which is he's a coach of the Flyers, John Tortorella. He was acting as an assistant for Team USA when Team USA played Canada. Well, Team Canada won, and then some of the players on the Flyers are from Canada. So he's like, I'm driving back. I don't want to be on the same plane as these guys. He's like, I didn't charter back. I drove back. He says, I was planning on driving anyway, but I saw a bunch of Canadians are going to be on there. And I'm like, oh, I'm definitely driving back now. I didn't want to have to listen to that. And so they didn't get a chance to give him any needling. But can you imagine? Bill Belichick would have sat on the plane and just looked at you. And you'd been like, hey, coach, good game. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't mess with him that way.
No.
Yeah.
Right, Mark. We
Mhm.
yeah, I thought
he would
that
have
they
done
were,
this to you.
Yeah.
Leonard.
Just would have confused the
really-
hell out of everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, speaking of Bill Belichick, you know how he's the coach of UNC now, right?
Yes. Yes.
And he's got that 23-year-old girlfriend.
He does. Yes, he does.
My age.
Mm-hmm.
Right around my age.
So they decided, hey, let's take in a game here. He's like, I'm busy rebuilding North Carolina football, but I guess I got time for you, babe. And so they went to a UNC game, and they're sitting there, and they're like, oh, it's a cute couple. That's so cute. And he's like, he fell asleep. And of course, when you fall asleep, what happens? People take pictures, people take video. One video was I saw this video in the background as they showed the two. You heard Kanye's Gold Digger in the background. And I couldn't link to the video because they didn't edit the words that I look at this. Can't anything with that word in. I'm not posting it. But a lot of people said they're watching that. They're sitting there. He's asleep, and he's like, it looks like she's a bored teenager hanging out with Pawpaw.
That's about the way it is, isn't it? Come on.
It kind of looks like it. Yeah.
Somebody else was like, what do they even talk about?
I don't know. That is a good, interesting question. I
Bill,
genuinely
take your
don't
pills. I ain't saying she's a gold digger.
Uh-huh.
That's all I'm saying. I can't do any more of that song. I can't. I shouldn't. I won't do any more of that song. So I don't know if you've seen this, but the highest average ticket prices that fans would pay for a single game in any major sport, I've got the entire list right here.
Okay.
The list of these gets decisively more affordable as you go down.
Okay.
For the Super Bowl, I guess the highest average. This is not the most expensive. This isn't the cheapest. This is the average. Okay. For the NFL Super Bowl, $12,128.
Oh, no kidding. Wow.
Yeah. For the NFL non-Super Bowl, $991 for the NFC divisional game. It was the Commandos and the Lions. Well, of course, two franchises who ain't even sniffed success in a whole lot of years suddenly right there, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then for college football, what do you think the highest average ticket price is there, Harris?
I'm going to guess Ohio State and Michigan.
No, you're half right. Ohio State and Notre Dame for the national championship. How much do you think?
We'll go 700.
Try 2,637 was the
kidding.
the average price.
That was
For
the
the
average
national
price?
championship
Yep,
game.
for that
Wow.
game.
No way, dude. That is insane. How about
Easily probably referenced in your cranium college basketball. What do you think now this is
easy.
Not just this year, but what do you think the highest amount of money average?
Duke UNC, 100%.
No, but you're half right. Coach K's final game at Duke in 2022, $5,307.
That was Duke and UNC. Just
Oh,
wanna
was
throw
it?
that out there? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
So I guess you were still right, but you thought this year, so shut up.
Sure. I mean,
Women's college basketball. Well, that one is easy. Caitlin Clark's last home game at Iowa. The average there, $557. You see how we're starting to, you're not mortgaging the
Decline.
future anymore.
Go down.
Decline
Have
when you're
not
going
set
down.
an NBA game yet, have you?
WNBA, the highest average price was $334 for the Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese Part 4 game.
I wonder what the drop off is.
I feel like we're in the drop off right there.
Yeah. Well, outside of Caitlin Clark, like what the highest average WNBA game is.
Outside of that,
outside of Caitlin
second
Clark.
place is what you mean.
Like the highest paid average ticket price for a non Caitlin Clark game.
Somebody should look that up.
Wonder.
The NBA, $2,106 for Game 5 of Celtics Mavericks. That was the highest average. Major League Baseball, Randy, what do you think?
I would say the World Series.
Yeah, you're right.
Yankees Dodgers.
No. Think about it. Who hasn't been there or won in an awfully long time? And I'm just going to tell you,
2016.
There you go. You nailed it.
Yeah.
Cubs versus the Indians, and Game 7, the highest average ticket price there was $2,919.
That's all for a World Series game?
2,000.
Wow.
That's the average. That means people paid more, people paid less, but that's the average.
You know what's crazy is like that shows how nuts Duke and UNC is.
Yeah,
5,000.
5,000.
Like after the Super Bowl,
It's
that is the most expensive ticket in sports.
Yeah. NHL, it would be $2,100 for the playoff game in 2024 between the Rangers and the Panthers. I don't know why.
You know what? I think for the NHL is the best teams, the most marketable teams, like the Maple Leafs. Like if the Maple Leafs were to go to the Stanley Cup, that would be thousands of dollars.
What about the Canadiens? If the Canadiens win?
Yeah, the
that would be
Montreal. Yeah,
huge.
the Montreal Canadiens. That is. Yes. Yeah, them too. That would be huge. They have been though fairly recently. So
Can I show you how wrong you are about liking soccer?
Go ahead. Show me.
Major League Soccer's highest average ticket price. And I don't know if this is only in the United States, but we're going to.
Major League Soccer is only in the United States.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Yeah, I don't know how it works. $690.
Wow. The average ticket price.
Well,
that was for Messi and with the Miami and Los Angeles game in 2023. $690, the highest average ticket price.
Soccer in America, you could say is a tough sell, but soccer in like South America or Europe.
That's all that is. I mean, that's it.
That's
it's
pretty
key.
pretty awesome to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But American, yeah. I can see where you're coming from.
Moist One says Montreal made the finals during COVID, though.
Yeah, they did.
Nothing COVID counts. Nothing COVID counts.
Are you just saying
World
that 'cause
Series?
the Lakers and Dodgers won?
No, did they? I wasn't even aware of that. World Series. No, nothing. So, did you figure out what the drop off was between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese's game and the next thing down?
At the moment,
That may be a tough one to find.
Yeah, I'm struggling to find it. Maybe I can find it. Try.
By
to
the way,
find
I
it and
found
get
this story on Bro Bible. If it helps.
Okay, what is it?
What? Bro Bible? I don't know. It's a site.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say you found the answer.
No, I found the story there.
Oh, okay.
The story he's reading, he found. on
Oh, he
Bro
found it.
Bible.
Okay.
For all I know, they made this all up too. I don't know.
Yeah,
Try to hang with us, Triple H. Try to hang with us here.
Yeah. Sorry, I was too busy looking things. I was too busy looking things up here.
Oh, he's using a phone. Wow. See, that shows you how young he is. Most people use a computer for that.
Yeah.
Bullseye says MLS is in Canada too. They have like 3 teams, I think. Thank you. See, it is in other places than the United States.
Info.
Wow.
Yep.
Chief Skull says, "Don't you forget the state of hockey is marketable. The Minnesota Wild. What are you trying to say? I don't understand what you're talking about. Who said anything about marketable?
Marketable.
What is he
I don't know
talking
he's
about?
I mean, the Wild are they're very popular in Minnesota. It's probably the Vikings, the Wild, and then everyone else.
Well, I just saw a text that it was for 10 minutes ago, so hopefully he's still listening. I can ask this question. Base Slappa talking about Ovechkin says, "Yeah, oh, he's a Russian. Boo. He's wanted in Colorado." What? Why? Why is Ovechkin wanted in Colorado?
You mean like John Bon Jovi wanted, or by the law?
Probably by the law.
We don't have much specific. details here.
It's kind of weird seeing Bon Jovi used to be like this young, sandy-haired guy. It's suddenly old man Jovi. My gosh, what happened to that guy?
Hey, I see that singer voice coming out.
See what I'm saying? That's just me parroting something else. It's not really singing. Yeah, if you gave me sheet music and a song, nothing good comes of it. Not a thing. My wife turns me up there. She says, "We should sing a song together."
You could sing that. What was that? That song that? What's her name? She does all the commercials for the furniture place. Must be Paradise or something like that.
Sure.
You and Alex should do that one.
Well, I could get her to do Three-Legged Furniture Outlet. Yeah. Oh, so Harris, I own a furniture store called Three-Legged Furniture Outlet. Everything there is 25% off.
And it's three-legged. Everything is.
Yeah.
Like
that's
there's
why
no
it's
four-legged furniture.
25% off. I mean, why pay the extra 25% for the leg you're not going to get?
Yeah, exactly, dude. That is genius.
Yeah, I wish it was more genius. We're in danger of going out of business.
No, I'll
gotta
pop
tell you,
over there.
I had way more success with my other one, wobbly-legged furniture outlet, because people could just get a matchbook under there, and it's fine.
Maybe you should go two-legged furniture and go 50% off.
Don't be a child. That thing just falls right over.
One-legged would be ridiculous, but
three,
two legs
you can work
is
with.
enough.
Three, you get like some cinder blocks.
Three, you could say you
have
like
a child hold it.
An unnecessary leg.
I don't need advices from you, college boy. I got this covered. All right. I'm throwing money after money. I'm going out of business. No, but wobbly-legged furniture outlet is keeping us afloat.
Oh, okay.
One of these days, three-legged furniture outlets to take off. Swear to God.
I think one of these days, I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it. I'm here for it.
So now he knows his Christmas bonus. It's going to be table with three legs.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, we got to take a break. We come back. We got on this date in Big George's sports history and other nonsense. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, where every nail-biting overtime win, breakaway, pick six, three-point shot, underdog win, buzzer beater, shootout, walk-off, and absolutely every play in between is amazing. From football to basketball and hockey to baseball, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Progressive presents a testimonial of sorts.
Hey, slow down!
Oh, yeah? Well, you drive like my grandma. She's a very attentive and courteous driver who wears a seatbelt and always uses her turn signals. She's also a talented painter and has very low cholesterol. Not that that has anything to do with the drive. We just thought a more complete picture of who she is might be interesting. Anyway, have a nice day.
Safe driver? Get Snapshot from Progressive and get a personalized rate based on how you drive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents. Surcharge possible for unsafe driving.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have health news, a CDC update.
Pneumococcal vaccination is now recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just one dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Get ready for a Big 12 showdown Wednesday, February 26th at 7:30 p.m. when the Sun Devil men's basketball team takes on the BYU Cougars at Desert Financial Arena.
Here's Alston Mason on the dribble. Over to Adam Miller for three. Bullseye!
Don't miss your chance to see the high-flying action. Get your Sun Devil men's basketball versus BYU tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
Your home for sports.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Today, Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. So the NFLPA team report cards came out today. Here's a big shock. Arizona Cardinals dead last.
Yeah, it was that way last year too, wasn't it?
Last. I don't remember if it was you guys in last place, but I was pleasantly surprised to see my Indianapolis Colts. We got great grades, man. We got great grades.
Really?
Yeah. The only problem was team travel. It was a D+. And I think it was just, they were like, we don't want to go. It's so great here. Because everything else about Colts got high grades. But, man, Arizona Cardinals, Randy, man, Bidwell's got to do something here.
Well, I mean, the bottom line is when you are an owner of a franchise and you still make your payers play for or pay for food in the dining area, and it's not good food. And the fact that last year you got bad marks for how you treated player families, you got bad marks for the training room and the locker room. They got an F- this year for the locker room.
Well, let me take you down the road here. Treatment of families, D+. And only the Rams, Jaguars, and Bengals treated families worse. Now, take that for however you want. It could have something to do with how they're treated in the facilities or who's allowed, how the tickets are done, how communication is with the families. Then the next thing up is the food and dining area. D-. Only ones worse were the Saints and the Bengals. Nutritionist, in the nutritionist category, I did a little bit better, got a B on that one. So at least you've got a good nutritionist. Let's see here. The next one up, locker room. Oof. Dead damn last.
Yeah. I mean,
we had somebody in the fourth dimension who actually did work on the locker room. So we'd have to get some insight from that person.
Well, I mean, wasn't it last year we were reading the report and it was like the floor is cracked.
That was in the training room where they got a D-.
Oh my God.
Ownership in general for the Cardinals got a D-. The only owner.
I haven't gotten that far.
Oh,
I'm over here doing. What are you doing? Why are you jumping ahead of me here?
Sorry, I got too excited, Jeffrey. I got too excited.
All right. No, you're right. D-, and that's the only teams worse were the Panthers and the Jets, and Woody Johnson got a straight up F. Surprised Bidwell even got the D-. But when you fill out these cards, you wonder, are they really anonymous? Is this really anonymous?
I think they are. It's done by the NFLPA.
Sure it is, but then you're not sure, are you? It makes you a little nervous. So maybe that's why Cardinals Bill Bidwell, I'm sorry, what's his name? Michael Bidwell got himself a D instead of an F.
Yeah. I think the conclusion here is the facilities. I don't know if they're willing to go that extra mile, but a lot.
It's not just the facilities, though. I mean, look, it was the team treatment was bad. The food and dining area, the locker room. Okay, that's facility. Training room, D-. Training staff, C. So that's not great.
Yeah.
They could say training room is an F, but then training staff is an A. But no, they say the staff is a C. So that is a huge problem right there. I think that C is going to have more impact on what you see on the field than some of these other things. Weight room, straight up F. Straight up F.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's terrible. The weight room is terrible.
Yeah.
Patriots are the only team worse in their weight room with an F. Strength coaches, not bad. Not bad. Still second to last with a C+. The Steelers are the one worse, but still it's C. Team travel. Team travel. Oh,
gotta
my
beat
team didn't do good. My team, the Colts, were 6th worst. But as far as team travel, it's the only positive thing the Cardinals got an A on. And then we've already talked about ownership because
Well, they
Harris
didn't get an A for
premature he owner-aided.
I jumped the gun.
They didn't get an A for team travel. They got a B. They got an A for their head coach.
Yeah,
Oh,
only A.
wait, did I hit the wrong button here? Oh, you're
Maybe.
right. A for head coach. Oh, how was my head coach? Your head coach. Okay, he's all right. I don't know if he's an A. I
would
don't
say-
think my head coach is an A.
It's more related to how the players.
True.
Yeah, the relationship with the players more than it is like his performance.
All right. So let's look at the coaches at the bottom. Chicago Bears, their head coach got a C, but didn't he get fired? Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jacksonville Jaguars head coach got a C.
Yep.
Didn't he get fired?
Yes.
No.
Cleveland Browns head coach got a C, but he's still there.
Yeah.
Saints head coach, that's a new guy, right?
Well, recent new guy.
Okay, he got a B minus. I mean, all right, none of this is
Not bad.
definitive now because it's all just coach. The players tend to like their coaches.
Totally.
Okay.
Totally.
So there you got it. The only people who got like serious, like, wow, we love our head coach. Miami Dolphins love their head coach.
Yeah, McDaniel. I mean, he's a player's coach. It makes sense.
Vikings love their head coach. Commanders love their head coach. Raiders love their head coach, but wasn't their head coach just fired?
Yes.
All right. Well, I mean, okay. Again, it's just about perception of the players, and that's 1,695 players who contributed to this report. So
good amount.
All right. So what did we learn?
I mean, what we learned, if anything, I mean, Cardinals facilities, that's an issue.
Well,
I mean,
not just facilities, but also the training staff itself maybe needs an upgrade.
Right. That's true. I mean, it's unfortunate because there's just nothing you can really do. Bidwell owns the team and that's that. Like the ownership got a D minus and it's up to him ultimately. Upgrade the facilities, upgrade the locker rooms, the weight rooms, everything else. Yeah, it's ultimately up to him. Having a good owner is really, really important.
Well, Lloyd Howell from the NFLPA, he said, you don't have to just build a new facility, just be responsive, you know? You see so the owners that are being responsive, like, all right, they're trying, they're making efforts. It's just the ones who just like tough, no, forget it. Those are the ones who are failing.
Yeah, Arthur Blank from Atlanta with an A+ too. I mean, there's some others. Mark Davis A+, Spanos A+. I mean, yeah.
What do you think, Randy? What do you think needs to happen first and foremost? Is it the staff or the the training staff, or
110% the facilities need to be upgraded?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
feel like staff is more important, but
the weight room and the locker room has been an issue for the last 2 years that I know of.
You got a C for training staff and a C for coaches. So you're sure that it's the facilities first?
I still think it's the facilities. The head coach, they got an A. So I think the coaching staff will be better.
You get along with them, yeah.
The training facility, for it to be such low marks, you've got to pay attention on. But I'm really happy that Mr. Bidwell got a brand new airplane, new private.
Oh well,
jet.
no, that's great. Good for him.
Good for him.
Several million. I think it was about $50 million new jet he got. Could have put that money into.
I can't imagine.
I got a question. Is that for the team or is that just for him?
Oh no, that's his. Yeah, that's his.
Oh, because they got an F on travel, so
and it's a write-off because he's got a Cardinal on the.
I can't imagine how he'd function without that jet, man.
I don't. He had a jet before, but apparently
must have not
wasn't
been
good enough. So he had to get a new one.
Well, at least he got his upgrade. Swuzman says, Jeffrey, back in the day, we got to do evaluations about our job and bosses at Ski Mountain in California. Oh boy, the boss hated that. My point is the evaluations are authentic as to how players are feeling about their welfare and their working environment. Oh, I have no doubt, especially because it's coming from the NFLPA. Brooks Koepka says better facilities, better staff are attracted. Well, okay, that's a good point.
Just so we're clear, that is not the Brooks Koepka, is it? As far as we know,
we think so.
Not that you know of.
As far as we know, we're not sure.
Yeah. Moist One says staff can only help so much with bad facilities. Cardinal Art says, hey, at least our coach got a decent grade.
Yeah.
Do you really think you've got an A coach, Randy?
I think I've got a good coach. Yeah, I think I've got an A coach. Absolutely.
one that gets along with the players. Yeah.
I think he does, and I think he relates well. He's a younger guy. I think he relates well with the players, and I think he's got their defense playing much better. It's the offense that's got to make some changes, and we'll see what the draft and free agency what happens.
Devilhawk says, what's the over-under on how many times ASU fans mock BYU for being a school full of Mormons? I'd say they won't. I don't think they will. I don't think ASU will do that even if they lose.
Well, people don't know this, but the reason BYU was in the Mountain West for a while, and the ultimate reason why they left is because student sections kept mocking them. Like San Diego State went after. They dressed up. San Diego State dressed up, actually.
Now, that's funny. That's okay. If you dress up and you do funny things and it's good-hearted, but if you just start screaming F the Mormons, now it's like, come on, man.
Well, in 2010, I believe it was, San Diego, maybe in 2009, San Diego State, some students dressed up in like white button downs with the blue tie,
little black name tag.
Little black name tag.
Everybody
and all
rode their
that.
10 speeds to the arena.
Yep. And then at that moment, BYU left the Mountain West and became an independent.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
That was good natured. That
Yeah,
wasn't so bad.
Yep.
Wow.
That was kind of like the tip of the iceberg for him. And so
the iceberg that was soaking in the oceans.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now. Do we have time? Or is the music started? Or is it? I don't know. It's time now for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1972, President Richard M. Nixon and Chinese Premier Zhou Enlai attended a Chinese table tennis. Okay, stop the music. God damn it, George. Ping pong is not a sport. You can't give me I don't care about ping pong diplomacy. It's a great historical thing, but don't come around here trying to tell us that ping pong is a sport. Clearly, on our list of what is a sport and what is not a sport, which Harris, I'll send you a copy.
Sure.
Here it is. It's actually an official list the Daily Blender has put together. We have things that are sports, athletic competitions, not a sport, and ping pong, clearly not a sport.
So gymnastics, not a sport. Athletic competition.
It's an athletic competition. It's not a sport.
I would if you have a subjective score, I would consider it to be more of a show.
And that's the point of us having that between sport, not a sport.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
if you have judges, so is boxing a sport then?
Yes, because you can win decisively with a knockout.
There's a scoring system. Sure.
Short
and as
of
many
the
punches.
knockout. I mean, the scoring system is subjective to the people who are sitting there, and I don't like that. But the fact you can knock a guy out and win it gives you a clear path to win or lose. So it is a sport.
It's not solely decided by the judges.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, George says, "Oh, my bad. I should have known better than ping pong not being a sport." Yeah, you should, George. You should. You were there when we came up with this ginormous list. Like, for instance, Harris, I'll fill you in.
Go ahead.
Parkour, not a sport.
Yeah.
Paintball, not a sport. Archery, not a sport. Luge, bobsled, skeleton. That's gravity. That's not a sport. Ski jumping, not a sport.
What do you consider these then? Like athletic?
Athletic competitions.
Yeah, I think there's a difference between sports and athletics.
Sack race, not a sport.
Sack race? What is
sack
that?
race?
What is that?
Where you get into a
Where you
sack
jump?
and you hop.
Field day?
with both feet in a sack and you race against others.
Oh, yeah.
It's not even serious enough to
Definitely not a sport. Speed walking.
Yeah.
Not a sport.
That's just ridiculous.
Yeah,
You should be ashamed of yourself if you're speed
yeah.
walking.
Yeah.
That's kind of goofy.
So I'll send you the full list. Sometimes we will debate, and some will move. Show's
We're
over.
out. Yep. Bye.
Forgot to have the old music up there, didn't you?
Phil has a message. I got it in the background. Here you go.
We'll bring the volume up in case it's live.
Renaissance Festival weekends now
And
through
if
March
anyone can hear us,
Discount
it's
tickets
over.
available at Bashas' and Food City or online at arizona.renfestinfo.com.
Goodbye. This is 1580.
Kids need to read. Kids, get free admission to the
Don't
Renaissance
forget to turn off
Festival
the
when
video.
you bring 2 new books.